but it's a handheld.
Yeah.
Right? I do that.
That is biodegradable.
Feeding the animals.
That is there's not a lot of milk in his Raisin Bran. You can tell there.
You wouldn't think.
Yeah, like
Not in a car.
Looks like it went light milk just to soak in the bran, soften it up a little bit. All right, that's
What
trash.
do you guys do when you don't have milk? You ever put water in it?
Nope. I just don't eat cereal.
I've done water before.
I'll tell you what I've done before.
Michael Irvin.
Is I've taken a heavy cream,
Yeah.
and watered it down a little bit.
Yeah, that works.
Almost got it to a number 2.
Do y'all, when you do the mac and cheese,
2% milk, not a number 2.
Oh, so you had a lot of bran in that.
Yeah.
do you always put butter and or milk in your mac and cheese, the instant in the box?
Yes.
Because I've gotten on a Goodles kick. I don't know if you know what Goodles are, but they're like a high-end, I say high-end, it's like $4 a box instead of the $1.50. But it's a more nutritious brand of mac and cheese. It is fantastic. You had it when we were.
I had it in. It's good
Brooks
mac and
had
cheese. It's good instant mac and cheese.
It's great.
Now,
But I do put milk in there.
The stuff they have for the kids now, it's just the cups you put in water and put in the microwave. So I don't do that. But if I do a pot of it, yeah.
I'll tell you what I knock out for breakfast a lot on Saturday or Sunday mornings or both is we have these things that you set in the skillet now that are made where they don't burn, and you can put your fried egg in there and it makes them round.
Yeah.
It doesn't run around your pan, give it that egg shape.
So like on a McMuffin?
Yeah, so I throw 2 of those down, and I get it medium where it's just a little runny yolk and a piece of toast, 2 pieces of toast, pretty burnt, and I bring the 2 eggs out, set it on 1 piece of toast, and then I put jam on the other piece of toast, and I chop that egg up on there like my grandpa used to do. But instead of making a sandwich, I eat that one sort of open face.
Right.
And then I got the sweet toast with the jam on the other one.
But you're only doing this on weekends. That's a lot of work for a weekday breakfast.
It is. That's a Saturday or Sunday or both morning.
Yeah.
If I'm not going anywhere.
So it ends up kind of being scrambled eggs on toast.
Well, it's a fried egg that's chopped up with a little runny yolk on it. I do that one first, and then the blackberry or strawberry jam toast on the other one. It's really good. Really good.
That does sound good.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll go ahead and make a whole sandwich out of it.
We do cinnamon roll Saturday at my house.
We go out to eat for breakfast a lot on Saturday and Sunday.
Go out for
we picked up orange rolls this past weekend.
I'm not a huge orange roll guy.
Maddie had never had orange rolls.
Yeah,
I got them for the New York Butcher Shop.
I think it's a Southern thing.
No, orange roll.
Fantastic.
Orange roll greater than cinnamon roll.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
that's not close.
I kind of think so too, and maybe it's just because I haven't had as many orange rolls as I've had cinnamon rolls. But orange rolls,
bridge too far from me.
Orange roll for breakfast. Orange roll.
I like them sometimes as a side. Like there's a steakhouse up in Coleman that's famous for them. There's a place around here that does them with a salad.
Yep. When they're hot in breakfast
I like
with the bacon.
And the club's got the famous orange rolls. Those are good.
Yeah.
Like try those things late night with an Eddie.
Because you get a little frosting on it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
There's a place right now that the chalkboard special for this month, and I wish they'd have it on the menu all the time. It's a strawberry deloche. What's the creamy milk you soak your French toast in?
Custard.
Tres leches.
Tres leches?
Yes.
Yes.
It's that. It's strawberry.
I took Spanish at Jack State. Tres leches.
Yeah.
Get all your Next Round gear all in one place. NextRound.store. From our Next Round hats to the logo tees to the all-time best-selling Y'all Can Have the Rest shirt. You can look your best by shopping with us at NextRound.store. Take the next round anywhere with NextRound.store.
It's bow time. The Bojangles Chicken Rice Bowl is back. Get dirty rice, slow-cooked Cajun pintos, cheese, and your choice of chicken for just $7.49. But order now. It's only here for a limited time. It's bow time. It's bow time. The Bojangles Chicken Rice Bowl is back. Get dirty rice, slow-cooked Cajun pintos, cheese, and your choice of chicken for just $7.49. But order now. It's only here for a limited time. It's bow time.
From driveways to interstates, accidents happen fast. The insurance company's response? Here's our offer. Take it or leave it. Leave it. Call Alexander Shannara Trial Attorneys. Over 250,000 clients. And no, they don't accept lowball offers. They fight, they win. Over $2 billion recovered. Call now for a free consultation. 659-777-7777 or alexwins.law. Physical office location, Birmingham.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown. Live from the Birmingham Racecourse Casino Studios, The Next Round, presented by Bud Light. is on now.
We say goodbye to this guy today. He'll be back with us sometime next week as he heads out to watch the Rams.
Business trip.
The Rams and the Seahawks. I mean, this will be game 6 for you this year?
McVay's barely seen more than Lance.
This is game 5.
Game five.
Yeah.
Game 5. But you've got more action this year than Jarrett Stidham, who's starting for the Broncos. We'll talk NFL playoffs coming up a little bit later on. We've got what do we got? We got basketball last night. Bucky wins again.
No, but that's crazy. I know you're about to run through some things, but Brown and I were kind of glossing at the game last night at Odie's. And if they win on Saturday, they're going to be ranked, which is pretty incredible. And right now, I think he's probably your SEC Coach of the Year. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, that's our Texas A&M conference. That's about all we were going to do a little bit later on. So there's the Bucky conversation and this thing I like to tease to get to the top story. We got a lot of college football too, but man, the whole country's talking Bediako right now, aren't they?
Yeah,
they are. I mean, it's wild. And it is all over the board too, man. You got some people that are like, well, the NCAA created this, which I believe. You got some people like, there's no way this ought to be able to happen. I mean, this is the hottest of topics among college athletes.
Yeah, look, and you brought up a point yesterday, Dunaway, that I think is really interesting. When you look at Greg Byrne and Nick Saban and how much time they've spent with Congress trying to figure out, where everything is with NIL and the NCAA, and you go push this. I mean, I'm not going to say you lose any credibility, but I know this is a loophole. But this is everything. Look, and I get amateur athletics and all that kind of stuff. I think we've passed that point. But this is everything that goes against what was the core of the NCAA.
Now, to backtrack, and I remember this correctly, and then I was backed up about it in an ESPN.com article. I remember Nate Oates when he was asked about the Baylor player, and I'm sorry, I don't know how to say his last name, but it's James Naji.
Okay, I'll give you that.
N-N-A-J-I. When he was allowed to play, Nate said, look, I'm against this. I think it's going to take away from high school opportunities. I'm an 11-year high school coach, blah, 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 blah. But in the same comment, he says, but if that ends up being the rule, then I think we all will have to start looking at that. So he did the old Nick Saban. Is this what you want it to be?
Yeah, if this is what we want the game to go to, yeah.
So that was Nate earlier in the year when the Baylor player sort of broke the seal on this discussion. But there are people all over the board, and some of them are doing it a little two-faced. If you can give me cut 6, Tyler, Mark Pope at Kentucky is the head basketball coach. Somebody was telling me, was it you, Brooks, that he's got a G League player, or
he does?
He's got a player.
No, it's a European league.
A European pro on his roster right now, and these European pro leagues are better than some of these. They're better than the G League. All due respect to G League players, that European league is grown men, and it is after it. So they've got a European pro on their team. There are several in the SEC. There are a ton of them all over college basketball. But Mark Pope last night, after Kentucky vanquished Texas, threw down exactly what the UConn athletic director was saying earlier in the day, that sure, okay, if he's got to play because the court says he's got to play, that doesn't mean everything has to count. Here's Mark Pope.
I don't have hard feelings towards anybody making any decision, because every single college program and college coach are the most competitive people in the world. They're going to try and find any avenue they can to find an advantage. It's what we're paid to do. It's what we do. The one stopgap that is kind of spreading right now that maybe has some legs, it's kind of a last stand, is the NCAA does get to decide who gets to go to the NCAA tournament. Like, they get to decide that. They have that power. And so at some point, when they've been very, very clear about what the rules that they're going to try and enforce, they might lose in court, but they still get to decide what games count towards the NCAA tournament. And I'm not saying that to penalize any team. I'm just saying that because at some point, it is important that we take a stand and regain some tiny ounce of sanity. And until someone tells me different, I still believe the NCAA has full power over who gets in the NCAA tournament and what games they count towards your NCAA tournament bid. And at the end of the day, that is what drives all of us. So hopefully we'll take a stand there and clean this up for everybody,
Yeah. Now, if I'm correct, the Baylor player was approved by the NCAA to come back. And the Bediako one, they were taking a firm stance on yesterday, saying they would not clear him or any player in his situation. There's Mark Pope. Before we get into that discussion, I will point out that this year, the NCAA committee chair, as fate would have it, just happens to be Samford Athletic Director Martin Newton.
What a year. Martin was like, yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it.
Yeah. 50 miles from the Alabama campus is Samford Athletic Director Martin Newton, who's going to have to sit on the chair of this committee, who at some point he's going to be asked if Bediako ends up playing. Martin, inside the room, are you guys counting the Tennessee win?
I don't know if it came across y'all's mind. I thought about this yesterday, but right now Bama's probably on the four line. Fair?
4 is where I see everything.
Yeah.
Yep.
If Bediako is the difference maker he can become, I mean, they could go up to a 2 line. And, like, if you've got a team that is a top 10 team at the end of the year and you lock them out, and look, the NCAA could do it, but aren't you supposed to, in your goal, to try to have the best teams available? Now, I know you could say, hey, look, they might be one of the best teams, but they're illegally doing it. This is fascinating because I don't think Alabama's going to be isolated. Other teams are going to find this loophole, right? I haven't gone through different rosters.
If Alabama's doing, I mean, that's the whole reason that Kentucky, Mark Pope is being two-faced here, because he's saying, what he's not saying is, I don't think Bediako ought to play. He danced around saying that, but you can listen to Mark Pope, and you know that's what he's saying, right?
Right.
He said common sense needs to prevail.
I don't think Bediako ought to play. So essentially what Mark Pope is saying is, Alabama's pro players shouldn't be playing, but I'm cool with mine playing, because he's averaging 5 and 4 for them, right? Andrija Jelovic is averaging 5 and 4. Andrija Jelovic, if you don't know, played for, here's the team name. I love these European League team names. It's my favorite part of this story, by the way. When we start talking about these guys, we do the team names. He played in the Adriatic League guys for Mega Superbet. That was his team name, was Mega Superbet.
It's like LT's naming them. We got a sponsorship with Mega Superbet. We'll name a team after you.
Mega Superbet, where he averaged 11 and 7 for them. And what Pope is saying is, we need the NCAA to step in and say, my pro can play, but their pros cannot. I mean, that's exactly what Mark Pope just said there. Because to me, that is the whole issue in this. Like, everybody's wound up that Bediako played in the NBA G League. It doesn't matter. That does not matter. You're either a pro or you're not. And the NCAA ruled European pros can play. And they're trying to say American pros cannot. That is what the Tuscaloosa judge is saying.
Yeah.
You can't say one subset of pros can play, and that's okay, but another subset of pros cannot play.
These guys got paid to play in Europe, but you're letting them come play here. Meanwhile, these guys got paid to play with the G League. And, it should be pointed out that never did Bediako play in an NBA game. And this is very important. His eligibility clock is still open.
That is correct.
He was a 2021, 2022 recruit, 5 years to play 4. So he still is in the age limit. It's not like he's a 27-year-old coming back.
That's what I was going to ask you guys, though. Like, it's been 3 full years since he's been on campus.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, so if somebody's in charge of the NIL for my staff or a grad assistant, I am getting those guys to go out and find any mercenary hires we can get. Like, anybody in that window right now, if we need one piece, like a rim protector, like Nate Oates did, I'm paying them whatever we need, and I'm going out and I'm trying to get these guys.
On Mark Pope, real quick, just the old pot calling the kettle black. People that cover Kentucky basketball reporting that Kentucky is looking at Dink Pate, D-I-N-K Pate, who is a guard who went straight from high school to the G League at night team, which is for the elite high schoolers that chose not to go to college.
G League at night?
Ignite.
Oh, Ignite.
The Ignite.
At night.
The IG.
They got just an at-night league.
They don't play any day games, huh?
Dink Pate went straight from high school.
Okay.
He's in the Knicks organization right now.
Okay.
He's never made it to the pros, but once this Baylor ruling came down, he started to explore his college options because, as
Why
we
would
point
you
out,
not?
you're going to make more money.
That's right.
One of the teams that is looking at Dink Pate happens to be Kentucky.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. There you go.
So he just said all that.
Yeah, right.
But if Dink Pate wants to play at Kentucky and we're allowing the Baylor guy to play, Mark Pope's going to let him play at Kentucky.
Well, I mean, so here's what I have found, and this is a very small sample size. It is such a small sample size. It is relegated to one building, and that is our friends at Odie's, great sponsor of the show. Lance and I were there last night, and of course, this was the talk of the entire establishment there. And I had several different conversations, and what I found to be, and I'm not suggesting just because people say this at Odie's, it's a representative sample, but this did come up a lot. So I'm inclined to believe this is kind of a sticking point for a lot of people who understand what you're saying there, is that the NCAA cleared this guy for Baylor, who was a pro player. They've cleared the European players. Auburn's got one. Kentucky's got one. A lot of people have got a guy that played professionally in Europe and is now playing in the United States as a collegiate player. Where it seemed like a lot of people got wound up about Bediako was that he had played college, left early, went pro, and now wants to come back to college. Like it was the whole he played college first part. Like I think a lot of people can stomach, guy plays in Europe, but he never played college, so let him come play college. And maybe Dink, who played not in Europe, but the United States, but he never played college, let him come play college.
Yeah, I mean, different sport, but we've seen guys go play Major League Baseball or give it a shot, and then they come back later. Quincy Carter,
Jamie Howard, I mentioned it the other day.
Drew Henson,
and
Chris Winkie.
They play college football. So for whatever reason, one seems to be like, I can't get past this, is the fact that he already played college, gave up his eligibility, and now wants to come back. I don't see that as part of the argument personally, because I think the argument is as simple as you're either going to let pros play in college or you're not. And that's essentially what the judge in Tuscaloosa is saying. Now, if I could just add, based on what Pope said in the Connecticut athletic director, a lot of people say that violates Part 3 of the TRO, which says there can be no penalties handed down. So if the NCAA is like, yeah, we're not counting that game, well, what are you counting it? Is it a forfeit? Is it a no contest? You can't just say you don't count the game. We played the game.
But you don't have to say. I mean, it would be interesting to see what the argument would be when they're asked, like, how did a 27-win Alabama team not get in? Well, we just felt they weren't worthy. I mean, like, if you really behind closed doors, if they really want to make a point, I guess they can.
NCAA is spending every waking hour in courts across America right now. That one ends right back up in court there, because then you sue and say, now again, that's just the temporary restraining order. This is going to be an injunction of some sort on Tuesday, you would assume. I don't know how that'll go, so this will be addressed in that, I am sure. So it's nice to say these things right now, but this is in courts of law, not in press conferences after a game, that this stuff's going to be decided.
Yeah, and I keep getting asked, and give me cut one, Tyler. We'll let LT and Aaron talk about this as well, part of Bama and Bourbon, the whole episode out. But I keep getting asked, Jim, how do you feel about this? Well, I don't like it. Truthfully, I don't like it. I said it yesterday on the show. If Alabama goes on and wins the national championship with Bediako, it's going to be one of those things that it's not going to, I'm going to be tremendously excited, but it's going to feel different than if they had just done it with the guys who are already there. That being said, if everybody else is going to do it too, then I have to change with the times. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I would ask you this, because, I mean, it is legal in a sort of way. I mean, there is a judge that has ruled for it. Like in the NFL, like Rashid Shaheed is one of the best middle of the season pickups for the Seattle Seahawks. What he's been able to do in the return game. He wasn't with that team in August. He didn't go through all the blood, sweat, and tears of training camp with those guys. They traded for him at the deadline. If they win a Super Bowl, I mean, that's within the rules.
Yeah.
I know this feels different, but I'm just saying if it ends up being within the rules.
Yeah, I mean, if it's within the rules, and this is within the rules right now, and it just feels different for me as an older fan who's craved an Alabama basketball national championship for years.
I think the best thing that can happen is a lot of other teams go out and pick up guys like this.
No, yeah, if you've already got one, I truly believe this about, this Najee guy played for FC Barcelona. It's not even a fake. I mean, that's one of the premier.
It's not mega super bad.
Yeah, that's one of the premier European leagues, and he's allowed to come play. I think Louisville's got a guy in London, Johnson, that is signed up, ready to play. So if this is what everybody's doing, then you got to play the game, right? You got to play the game. Did I like the way Dabo and Nick and Kirby used to do it when you were just recruiting the high school kids and there was no transfer portal? Yeah, it felt really good that you were building a program with your guys. That's not the world we live in anymore.
Yeah.
So now, maybe get 12 high school guys and 40 portal people. If that's the world, if that's what it takes now and that's the world you're playing in, it's not the way I love it, but that's the world we play in now.
But I don't understand the argument, and it's being heavily discussed in the chat. I'm being called unobjective and hypocritical, and I'm splitting hairs. I don't see the argument about giving up college eligibility. So if you were on a baseball scholarship at Montevallo, you played to your junior year, and you're like, my dad wants me to go get a job, so you go work at the local Exxon, and it doesn't work out, and you're like, I still got a year left. I'm going back to Montevallo and play baseball. Or you don't get to go back and play?
Yeah, absolutely you do.
Okay, then what is the difference here? Because you've already said, if you're the NCAA, that pro athletes can play college basketball. So to me now, you have removed any roadblock. And I'm not saying I like this. I'm just saying you got to look at what the NCAA has done.
When do we get to a point where a high school junior has reclassified as a senior? They go to college football. It doesn't work out for them. They're like, I got one more year of high school football left at 21.
He's going to be out of that age limit of 19.
But if you're within the age limit, if somehow, like if you started school early and you're within the age limit.
If you're Malachi Tony, if you're Ryan Williams.
It's going to take one judge. It's going to take one judge to do what a Tuscaloosa judge did yesterday, and the AHSAA is going to have to say, or whoever the organization is going to have to say, he can play. I mean, I just don't understand why we've drawn the line at the guy played college and left. That happens all the time, and people keep their eligibility. They don't always come back, but he's come back. You're hung up on the fact that he left to go play in the G League. That used to be a deal. It's not anymore. The NCAA has said, we don't mind if they play pro basketball. They can come play college basketball. So to me, I don't see this as a distinction at all.
One thing for sure, Bediako can play some defense, or could. Last time we saw him in 2023 when he was part of that Alabama team. They had the number 3 defense in the country. They are 67th right now in defense, so a rim protector is just what the doctors ordered. LT and Suttles on the Bediako situation on Bama and Bourbon. Full episode is out now, talking portal and everything else. But here's what Suttles and LT had to say yesterday on the Bediako situation.
I mean, where do you lean on the situation? What can you tell us about it? Is there a possibility he is actually playing this weekend against Tennessee?
Well, let me first just a disclaimer. I've made some phone calls. I made phone calls so I have an understanding. So when I come out and speak, I'm not speaking ignorantly. Anything that I say, I still may make a mistake, but anything it is from my perspective. It's not what the university has handed out and told me to say. My perspective is the temporary restraining order. My initial thought was, okay, well, that's temporary. If they play him and they rule him ineligible, they're going to have to forfeit every game he plays.
That's what I would have thought.
Not the case. So if he plays, it's been written into that decree from the judge that you can't punitively punish Alabama for this during the time. And I think the court case has been set for the 27th.
Yep.
So next week, so that would allow him to play. My anticipation, again, not knowing anything from what Nate Oates is going to do, or even if what Alabama is going to allow, is I would not be surprised if he plays.
Well, I mean, look, the fact of the matter is,
I think he will play.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Well, I mean, and when we saw it, like
they don't call you the best color guy in the game for nothing.
Wow.
Well, I mean, that is crazy. When we saw it finally flash on the TV last night, and I think it was in the middle of the Texas-Kentucky game, at least the first time I saw it, and it was like Nate Oates is planning on playing Bediako on Saturday. I mean, I gave a wow. Just because I just thought you would have put the toe in the pool, but and kind of felt things out before. But apparently this has been in motion for the last week plus.
Yeah. My buddy Tony, who listens to the show, whether he's traveling or at home, and this is his theory.
Okay.
Because he heard us bring up how many times Greg Byrne and Nick Saban have schlepped their way up to sit in front of some congressional hearing talking about NCAA rules and rev sharing and the portal and all the stuff, trying to get Congress to do something to save college athletics. And they've worked. It's been a second job for both of them. They've worked so hard on that. My buddy Tony, I think this is a very calculated and joint effort to get Congress to act in getting rules passed. I have a hard time believing that Byrne would allow this to happen to just get a player back to help win a game. I think the NCAA, Byrne, and others all want this perfect storm to happen to force Congress into making a decision.
But what is that decision?
Just to set a guidelines and to clean up all of this eligibility and everything they've been working on, the player contract.
So this is basically a sacrifice to make a point?
He thinks that maybe this is the...
And maybe you win a championship with the process.
This is a pressure point of pushing an issue so out there.
But Alabama's against this, but they're going to do it to press the issue.
I don't think they're against it. They're just saying this is an extreme, but these are the rules you have created, and we're going to show you how crazy these rules are. And do you want to do anything about it?
Well, I remember us doing a show. We were at the Hoover Met, and we were talking about Russell Wilson, because I think Russell Wilson for a second was in the mix for Auburn, I think.
Yeah, he was.
Coming from NC State and going to Wisconsin.
It came down to Wisconsin and all.
Yeah.
He had played 3 years. He had been drafted professionally by the Boston Red Sox, and he had played 3 years at NC State. And, NC State's coach at that point helped me out, the old
Tom O'Brien, right?
Tom O'Brien.
Yep.
Didn't want him to play baseball anymore. And so he ends up going to Wisconsin. We thought at that time, man, this is crazy. This is like a gun for hire. Now every year, Fernando Mendoza, Carson Beck, Darian Mensah next year.
Yeah, we're just numb to it now.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
We're numb to that. So I assume
Trinidad Chambliss, more of that later.
We'll get numb to this if this becomes a thing.
Goose says your guy has the old Pearl Harbor argument, that the United States knew Pearl Harbor was going to happen, but we knew we needed a pathway into the war, so we let it happen so we could go to World War II.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
I don't either, but that is the argument that is being made.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just all the scenarios out there.
Right.
I love when things tie together. We'll have a Russell Wilson fact a little bit later on.
Well, I know this is this might be a bigger topic, but how much better does Bediako make this team? Because that ultimately,
it's that's the last thing that's being talked about.
Yeah, it really is. But if you're Nate Oates and you literally are pushing everything in here, because I'm not saying Nate's reputation is at stake, but really the integrity of this team and what they ultimately accomplish is, because that asterisk is going to be there. So he better be a big difference maker. Do you guys think, based on stats from 3 years ago, he averaged 2 blocks. Sherrell's already averaging 2.5 blocks.
Yeah.
That's some front rim protection.
I would say that I think maybe we're remembering Bediako, the offensive contributor, a little bit better than he really was. He was a 6-5 guy, if I remember correctly. But defensively, he was the guy. If you got – and Alabama's guards get beat all the time when it's just one-on-one out on the edge. They get – the blow-bys happen frequently in their losses this year. He was the guy that if you blew your defensive assignment on the perimeter and they were driving to the basket, he was the ultimate rim protector. And Sherrell can't physically play 40 minutes. So having –
Sherrell's only averaging 21 minutes a game right now.
That's right. So if you could prop up this old guy by the jukebox for 19 minutes, then you've got pretty good defense.
You think about this too.
Put my boots in.
Bediako.
I would love it.
You guys know how old he is?
I would imagine he's going to be 24 on March 10th.
Damn.
I said it yesterday on the show.
I was about to say.
Dolly Parton 80 yesterday.
Yeah, damn.
Dunaway's got his birthday down.
No, but at 24, there is a big difference between a 21-year-old and a 24-year-old. And look, and he's been playing with grown men for the last couple of years.
That's the difference.
Yeah. So I think when he gets out there, it's going to be like, okay, this game has slowed down a lot for me.
Yeah, that's one reason Richard Hendrix is on the show. I think Richard can answer that. Richard did this. He went from college to the pros. How much has his game been refined in that time? It's wild. Somebody at Odie's was at the squadron game that Bediako played in and was showing me video. Like, this is video. And he's backing down another big guy. I go, who's that big guy he's backing down? Oh, it's Hunter Dickinson.
Yeah.
That played at Kansas. And Lance even made the remark, like, you don't think Hunter Dickinson would want to do this? He was making $1.5 million at Kansas.
That's right. I think he's exhausted his
eligibility.
eligibility.
But that was our point. It was like, if he had eligibility left, he'd be like,
he goes from making $1.5 to making $40,000 a year.
Yeah, playing in front of a handful of people in Birmingham.
Yeah. And at some point, probably on a bus. It's crazy.
This is a must-watch now. Marginal college basketball fans are going to be like, damn, I got to watch this this Bama-Tennessee game on Saturday.
I'll be at the game, so if you want to jump on our social media platform, we'll have some videos and thoughts and all that as we go throughout the Saturday night, weather permitting. LT will be in Seattle. We'll talk NFL football coming up a little bit later on in the show. One more thing to get to in the opening segment. Richard Hendrix, by the way, starts hour 2. Dan Orlovsky talks NFL playoffs with us in hour 3. The show being brought to you by Crane ULT. You're recommending it to family members now and other friends about a possible career change in 2026. It starts with Crane U.
You make a great living as a crane operator. And look, it is such a skill, and you need to be taught from the best. Our friends at Crane U can give you the training you need today. If you're looking for that new career, you need further training to advance your current one. Our friends at Crane U, they offer the comprehensive, state-of-the-art, fully stocked training facilities for mobile cranes, overhead lifts, forklift training. If you want to use your own equipment, the team at Crane U will come to you. On-site, on-location training offered nationwide. Make your job easier, your job site safer. Crane U also offers certification, safety inspections to ensure the safest environment possible. Classes available monthly, so call or visit our friends at Crane U. When you call and you talk to Nicole or Francis, make sure you mention the next round. 10% off all the great services. 855-CRANE-U or craneu.com for more information.
Central State Bank is a bank that is a community bank, so you know what that means. They're building relationships with you. That's what they do at Central State Bank. Family-owned, community-focused, built on trust. For more than 100 years, serving Shelby County and Tallapoosa County and all of Central Alabama with local decisions and personal service that feels like home. Whether you're starting a business, buying a car, or planning for tomorrow, Central State Bank, here every step. Central State Bank, rooted in community, driven by relationships, member FDIC.
Listen, we'll get to the football portal. Alabama had a big pickup at offensive line and what happened on the court in the next segment. But since you brought up the NFL playoffs, Broncos this weekend, Jarrett Stidham is getting the start. The Broncos are the only team, this is from Karen, our great female listener, the Broncos are the only team in the NFL this year that their number 2 quarterback did not get one pass attempt. There was only one team last year that did not have their backup throw a pass. It also was the Broncos.
Sean Payton does not believe in this.
For 2 years,
yeah,
no backup. There's only been one team that their backup didn't play, and it's been the Broncos in back-to-back year. And here goes Jarrett Stidham this weekend.
But they did think of enough of Stidham to give him a 2-year, $12 million deal this past March. Stidham has only started 4 games, very well documented on this show. He's 1-3. He hasn't played since 2023. But I would say this. Sean Payton is the perfect coach for this. If you go back to 2009 when Drew Brees missed 5 games, he plugged in Teddy Bridgewater. And Bridgewater went 5-0. And he, I don't want to say dumbed down the offense, but he kind of altered the offense to fit the strong suits of Teddy Bridgewater. He's going to do the exact same thing for Jarrett Stidham. He knows Stidham really well. I think Stidham's going to play a lot better than people think. I know New England's defense is peaking here, but let's not forget, Drake May in year 2. This is by far the most massive game he's ever played in that hostile environment. And again, I think it's going to be Broncos defense that will keep them in this game, but I think Stidham will play pretty well.
Here is Jarrett Stidham on getting this chance as he rolls out there against New England for a chance to go to the Super Bowl.
Broncos country is totally behind you, City. Hashtags going crazy for you. What does it feel like to have this fan base just embrace you in this moment?
Yeah, look, I mean, this is not about myself. First of all, I want to, obviously, my thoughts and prayers have been with Bo since Saturday night. I mean, it's crushing because he's one of my best friends, and Sam and I were talking about this. Like, Sam and I probably spend more time with him than his wife does right now, and that's just the nature of the business that we're in. You know, when training camp starts, like, that's just how it is. Like, I see Bo more than I see my kids, you know. So it's just one of those things. You spend so much time with someone, you see how hard they work, how good of a teammate they are, and then that happens, and you feel crushed, you know, for him and everything. So, yeah, obviously my prayers and stuff have been with him.
Former Auburn quarterback Jarrett Stidham replacing Auburn quarterback Bo Nix.
So I know people are going to, you know, just immediately say, hey, man, we saw this in 2017 with the Philadelphia Eagles. And we saw Carson Wentz, who was playing at the highest of high levels when he went down, and you bring in Nick Foles, and he makes his Super Bowl run. Well, the difference was Jarrett Stidham has 4 starts in his career. How many do you think Nick Foles had before he took that team over?
20.
36 starts.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, he basically had 2+ full years of starts, so it was a lot different.
Not great ones. There's a reason he was a backup.
I mean, this would be shocking for them to be able to win 2 games, but I think they're going to be competitive. Apparently, Stiddy, as they like to call him, said, "I'm not cutting my mullet until I get another start in the NFL."
I love it. That's a good look. I bet.
Yeah.
Is that an outdoor press conference in Denver in January?
Yeah, it looks that way.
That's what jumped out at me.
Or Forrester and Brooks have too many lights on him, one way or the other.
I think it was, hey, this snowstorm's coming.
Yeah.
Let's get outdoors when we can.
That's right.
I will say this to Sean Payton and that Broncos roster. Do you know the highest paid Bronco on the roster this year?
The highest paid Bronco on the roster.
Highest paid Bronco this year.
Patrick Surtain.
No, there's the catch.
At 5-year, he's still in his rookie contract.
The highest paid Bronco this year is Russell Wilson. $32 million.
Yeah.
He's getting paid by the Broncos of dead money.
Yeah, what a disaster of a move that was.
There is not a player on the team that's making $32 million this year.
They're doing the Brock Purdy model now. They didn't pick Nix dead last, but you get a rookie that can play on a rookie deal as well as Bo Nix has. Or that Brock Purdy did, you can get out of one of those holes.
Yeah, this sucks so bad from this perspective. Like, I know a lot has happened since we started, our journey on this platform back in 2021, but our first NIL deal was with Bo Nix. Yep. And to go from a bench quarterback for TJ Finley, who will be coming back for his 7th year of football or 8th year, I forgot which it is, to starting in the Super Bowl. What a story that would have been.
Yeah, we have a mutual friend actually with Bo. As Scott is showing you, what is that, a Bo Nix, the family statement or something, the Bo Nix statement?
That is from Bo Nix himself, talking about the last few days and his faith and everything, just the emotions of it all.
Yeah, a mutual friend of ours and the Nix family was reaching out to me for the video of what Klatt said about him, wanted to share it with Patrick and Krista, his mom and dad, and then Bo himself and Bo's wife and the entire Nix family, I guess. And I pointed out, I was like, remind Bo, this is the show he probably dreaded going on throughout that NIL deal. They're like, why would he dread it? I said, well, they were not good. He got benched. I said, but here's what I'll say about the guy. We said this on the show. He showed up every single time. And I said, since then, we've had guys get benched, and they've asked maybe to sit out a week. Bo never did that. Showed up every single time, answered the difficult questions, faced the music. I said, he was still in college, but he was an absolute professional at that point.
Not just showed up, as I always point out, 5 minutes early.
Yep.
Always put lights on, put a shirt on, fixed his hair, never looked like he was crawling out of bed.
Auburn fans' heads have to explode because you watch Bo Nix at at Oregon, and he was so freaking good. And now he got this team to this point, a game away from the Super Bowl, and you look back at what a disaster his short tenure down on the Plains was.
Yeah, he outplayed Josh Allen on Sunday. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
he did.
Yeah. Outplayed him. Made some unbelievable throws.
And didn't turn it over the way Allen did.
More on the NFL playoffs later in the show, as we are 214 days away from the start of the college football season. Some portal news when we come back on the other side. Basketball again tonight. UAB's got a home game against South Florida. National TV, ESPN 2, 6 o'clock. But go down to Bartow and support Andy and the guys. Could be a Lance's Lock play, lanceslock.com, our friends at Hemphill.
Yeah, plenty of college basketball up and available for you tonight. Free play every single day at lanceslock.com. We will have those AFC and NFC championship games, totals, sides, props, everything available this weekend. Ton of college basketball. Jump on board. Win with us at lanceslock.com. Always brought to you by our friends at Hemp Hill Services. Trust the name Birmingham has trusted since 1954. For all of your plumbing, heating, cooling, any of these issues arise in your home or business, they are ready to serve you. Hard to stop a train. Call Adam, Chad, Andrew, the guys there, 205-229-2090 or hemphillservices.com.
And our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama, UCA, 205-930-0920, 930-0920, urologycentersalabama.com. For over 70 years, compassionate care for men and women when it comes to all your urological needs. But guys, if you're out there listening, if it's time for a vasectomy in your life choices, they do that as well. If you got problems with kidney stones and everything like that, they handle that. But prostate awareness, prostate health, early detection, saving your life. All that is there for you with our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama, 205-930-0920, urologycentersalabama.com.
From driveways to interstates, accidents happen fast. The insurance company's response? Here's our offer. Take it or leave it. Leave it. Call Alexander Shinara Trial Attorneys. Over 250,000 clients. And no, they don't accept lowball offers. They fight, they win. Over $2 billion recovered. Call now for a free consultation. 659-777-7777 or alexwins.law. Physical office location, Birmingham.
To everyone who craves a fresh meal made just for you, let our team member Jacob share what's special about Culver's.
In Wisconsin, our food comes from the heart, and taking the time to handcraft your meal with care is how we've always done it at Culver's. It's why your Butterburger doesn't touch the grill until after you order.
Come to Culver's and let us serve you a Butterburger made special just for you. From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious.
It's the O'Reilly Auto Parts World of Wheels, January 30th through February 1st at the BJCC. With customs, classics, hot rods, and more. Don't miss the Golden Riders motorcycle stunt team, plus BMX stunt teams performing outrageous stunts live. Friday, meet WWE star Rikishi. Saturday is Kevin Mack from Counts Customs. And Sunday, meet TV host Courtney Hansen. Bring the kids for free Hot Wheels racing, costume characters, rides, and more. Get discount tickets at all O'Reilly Auto Parts stores. Details at worldofwheels.net.
Hey, let me tell you about our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama. Compassionate and comprehensive urological care with 35 physicians, 17 locations across Alabama. Their patient-centered approach to all of your urological needs. Remember, they've got that new men's health center. It is beautiful, helping men with a wide range of sensitive male issues in a comfortable environment. You can always go online, visit urologycentersalabama.com, schedule an appointment with one of their many urologists today.
Remember the name Way to Wellness if you're battling weight loss in your life. I'm Jim Dunaway from The Next Round. There was a time I was over 216 pounds until Way to Wellness helped me lose 45 pounds, and now for over 2 years, they've helped me keep that weight off. Here's their website, aplanforme.com, aplanforme.com. That's a great name for a website because there's no cookie-cutter plan. Everything is designed specifically for you. No contract, no sign-up fees, and your first consultation is free at Way to Wellness.
Hey, Lance Taylor from The Next Round to tell you about one of our favorite places for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That is Hamburger Heaven since 1982. Hamburger Heaven has been serving Birmingham's best hamburgers, cheeseburgers, French fries, hand-spun milkshakes, and sandwiches made fresh to order. All of their ingredients are fresh and prepared daily. This includes their beef, always fresh, never frozen, hand-pattied each and every day. For breakfast, lunch, or dinner, visit any of the 4 locations, Highway 280, Irondale, Gardendale, and Homewood.
At Central State Bank, we are large enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Manage your money with ease, whether it's mobile banking, hassle-free checking, competitive loans, business solutions, or personalized financial advice. We're your hometown bank with big-time service. Visit us today and experience banking made simple, because at Central State Bank, you come first.
Member FDIC.
It's bow time. The Bojangles Chicken Rice Bowl is back. Get dirty rice, slow-cooked Cajun pintos, cheese, and your choice of chicken for just $7.49. But order now. It's only here for a limited time. It's bow time. It's bow time. The Bojangles Chicken Rice Bowl is back. Get dirty rice, slow-cooked Cajun pintos, cheese, and your choice of chicken for just $7.49. But order now. It's only here for a limited time. It's bow time.
Rolling on the next round, before we jump right back into college football, I would like to point out that Google is honoring Kirk Cignetti. If you Google Kirk Cignetti real quick.
Okay.
And see what pops up.
Kurt. Dang it.
I mean, is he on the Google thing? You know, they used to have the... No, he's not.
No, but...
Oh.
What does it say?
Oh, at the top it says, yup, he won.
Yep.
Look. Because he said, Google me, I win.
Yep.
And right at the top.
So Google is paying him tribute.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah. I thought, when you go to Google something, if it's like Halloween, they've got all this stuff around.
They spell Google out. Yeah. They could have made it Indiana, but that's pretty cool that Google did that for him there. Let's do the spotlight, Tyler. Man, if you'll hit it, let's do it.
The College Football Spotlight.
It is the Shannara Spotlight. Comes to you every single day that we do a show. We always talk college football on this show, as you well know. It is brought to you by our guy Alexander Shannara, trial attorneys. Elite attorneys. They've recovered more than $2 billion. They've done that by maintaining some core values Alexander's had his whole life: integrity, mastery, passion, and success. When you find yourself in need of a lawyer for any situation, Alexander Shannara Trial Attorneys. You pay nothing unless they win your case. Shannara.com, Shannara.com.
Alabama picked up a starting left tackle, SEC left tackle, yesterday in the portal. Javen James from Mississippi State, 6'5", 320, is coming to Alabama. 21 starts are under his belt already. 3 sacks last year and 467 pass snaps. He's got 2 years of eligibility left. I mean, he could be the guy that walks in and starts at one of the tackles.
I mean, it's not outside the realm of possibility. They have, at least body-wise, who knows how much these guys pan out. But they have addressed the holes at offensive line. Now, have they gotten better? I don't know.
He's obviously a guy that's got some experience. There's a lot of guys coming in that don't have a lot of experience. They got a lot of potential.
Yeah, you got a highly recruited guy from Texas coming in.
Michigan.
You got a guy from Michigan who you recruited at one point, then he went to Michigan and came in, not a guy. You got Michael Carroll back.
Right.
You got a center from Cal Poly who has a lot of seat time.
Yeah, but it's on a lower level, obviously.
But so they've addressed the offensive line so far. Still a couple of guys in the portal from Miami who are new offensive linemen. Auburn and maybe Alabama, looking at Tommy Kinsler from Miami, and also Derek Class from Miami. He's out in the portal now. So maybe still some more offensive line help. Speaking of Miami, 4-star running back freshman, didn't really play a lot this year. Gerard Pringle, freshman running back from Miami. He's in the mix at Alabama too. And he's sort of described as who is the kid that did the stop and go Hollywood from NC State, Smothers?
Yeah.
NC State, now he's at Texas. Sort of the same. He's a 5'10", 190 speedster, 10.56 speed on the 100.
You need help at that position. You need depth. I mean, Crowell, boy, you talking about an expectation for a true freshman coming in.
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of people that think he contributes day one and is in the rotation.
But you guys help me, remind me of a running back, and I don't care what the program is. They were like, man, day one, this guy's going to be a big deal. We've heard it with quarterback.
Cornell Williams did it at Auburn. He was the first one because he's a Mr. Football like Isaiah, Crowell is. He's Mr. Football.
Yeah, okay, but, I mean, that was 25 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm just saying you don't see it a lot now.
A lot more at wide receiver usually. That's a plug and play position usually.
Yeah, you're not asked to. I mean, we always talk about this. The biggest issue with freshmen coming, there are two issues I always see with freshmen in my years of studying the film. When I break down the film of freshmen playing running back in the SEC, number one, and this is across college football, Jim, is knowing how to pick up the blitz. Or protect your quarterback, protect the passer. They don't get asked to do that in high school a lot in some of the systems they play in.
That's right.
So you don't get to do that. And then number two, how often do you see a freshman SEC back? There's nothing up the middle. I'm going to bounce this thing outside. You know why he bounces it outside? Because he did that in high school, and it was a 60-yard touchdown run. You know what he does in college, in the SEC? He bounces it outside, and there's about a 6'6" guy standing there waiting on him. And he's almost as fast as the running back.
Yeah, and another thing, when they're in high school, those guys are just doing everything they can to get a good pursuit angle, to get this guy on the ground. They're not looking to strip the football. Everybody at this level is looking to strip the football, and that's the one thing that you've got to have is ball security, and you're just not going to immediately trust a freshman until they get that game time and they show you they can actually secure the ball.
Also, an injunction coming in Mississippi courts. Ole Miss,
of course,
feels like Trinidad Bediako Chambliss. Trinidad Chambliss is going to get an injunction, is going to be able to play in 2026. And I don't know anybody's way too earlys, but if you are not counting on Chambliss playing, this changes Ole Miss's prospectus for the upcoming season. They
No
look
doubt.
different with Trinidad Chambliss coming back for 2026. Now, according to the NCAA, he has exhausted all of his eligibility. But this injunction, Mississippi, Ole Miss feels like they're going to have Trinidad Chambliss back for next year.
Is this the model we're going to go to now? Because this is 100% what could happen in the Bediako case is if they get this injunction Tuesday, I mean, the NCAA may as well pack it in. They're not going to get the hearing before the Final Four. I mean, that's just not the way the court system works. And if you're Ole Miss and you can find an injunction and the court case is pushed back till after football season, he plays. Like, there's nobody that can say, well, I've got a ruling from the courts, but no, he cannot play. The NCAA cannot do that legally. I mean, is this the new model now? Is if I need my guy to get another year, like if Vandy wants to do this for Diego Pavia, can they find a judge in Nashville to get a TRO and then hand down an injunction?
I know judges have never been paid off in the history of our world.
No, once we get to Louisiana.
But, yeah, Ian's dad.
Yeah. God rest his soul.
Yeah. I mean, if this has become such a big business, like it's borderline $1 billion business now, and Trinidad Chambliss, what is the difference maker he can become? Like, I assume Deuce would be your starting quarterback if he doesn't get the injunction. You know, it's probably a 50-50 proposition, and he's got a lot of upside, but we know what you get with Trinidad Chambliss. And what this did for Ole Miss football this year making this run, what is he worth? And I'm just saying, if there's only one judge you need, I mean, you make a call, hey, judge, there's a $100,000 duffel bag. You know, we work out together in the same gym. I'm just saying.
I would instantly say, wait a second. You're going to pay Trinidad $5 million? You're going to pay me $100,000?
Let's talk about percentages here.
I'm very a little bit.
Very cynical, and the older I get more and more cynical, and I just don't trust anything. And I just think the system is so broken now, and you open up these avenues where, you know, there is a lot of below board stuff that can be going on.
So the argument is they don't think his fair state day should count against him because they're Division II. Is that what their argument is? Do you know?
The people that are fighting for Trinidad, are saying that it was not on a level that is that it should count as eligibility because of his ability to make money on this level. He couldn't make money in the Division II
Which
level.
is essentially the same Pavia argument. Is, well, he couldn't make money on JUCO. Actually,
Well,
Pavia's
his
argument is
was
JUCO shouldn't count against NCAA.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's not part of the NCAA.
Yeah.
And the NCAA is saying Division II is still part of the NCAA. It's still part of the eligibility.
I mean, just the legal arm of the NCAA. You mentioned it yesterday. How do they not just run out of money? I just wonder how they keep up with all the cases that they're pursuing right now.
At some point, there's whatever the law firm that represents the NCAA, there's Diane at the front desk. Yeah? So Tony's not in court right now? Tony, where are you? You're supposed to be in the court in Tuscaloosa.
Oh, they're on automation now.
No, Oxford's tomorrow.
Oxford's tomorrow.
Tuscaloosa today.
Yeah. You're in Trinidad. No, it's Trinidad Chambliss. You don't have to go to Trinidad.
Yeah. No, I
want to see Trinidad play, though.
I would assume they hire local attorneys
in each place. But yeah,
I hope he comes back.
I do too. It's a better team with Trinidad Chambliss, and I just want to see good football. He is fun to watch.
Yeah, and he seems really relaxed because his options with Dante Moore coming back to Oregon, he is viewed as the number 3 quarterback, and I find it hard to believe in our world today where you had 10 jobs open in the NFL that 3 teams won't reach in the first round for quarterbacks. So I think Chambliss it would ultimately go in the first round.
I think so too.
Yeah.
All right, back to basketball, brought to you by our friends at Bojangles. Brownie, tell us about Bojangles.
You can make a bow time at Bojangles lunch today. We're all starving up here all the time because of the time we do this show, and every time I do this read, my boys here are like, man, that does sound good. That is that chicken rice bowl there at Bojangles, where it is always bow time. They start with that hearty scoop of dirty rice, a spoonful of slow-cooked Cajun pintos, plus a layer of melty cheese, and finally your choice of chicken on the top. It is hot, it is hearty, it is all yours for just $7.49. Don't wait too long. The bowl is only back for a limited time. So when you're hungry, you know where to go. Drive-thru is always open with our friends at Bojangles. Make it bow time.
Hey, by the way, over the weekend, Texas A&M won at Texas to stay tied for first place. It was the first time Texas A&M basketball had won in Austin, Texas, against rival Texas since 2002. when Bucky McMillan was a freshman guard at Birmingham Southern, a school that doesn't exist anymore.
That's right, yes.
I mean,
Full circle.
Yeah.
This is an incredible story. It really is, because you got to think about, his system, what he wants to do. You probably have some hesitation with that collective. They love to spend money, but like they saw Elko in year one make a run where in November they were very much in the mix to get to a college football playoff in year one. They get there in year two. Now Bucky, with what he's doing, I would assume they'll probably open up the wallet a little bit more. He's really going to be able to get a roster and get the right guys for his system in. This is such patchwork, what he's done up until this point.
Tied for first place in the SEC, 5-1 with Florida after beating Mississippi State by 20 last night. At some point during the game, Josh Hubbard said to former Alabama player and Kansas player Ryland Griffin, who plays for Texas A&M, and Ryland said this on the podium afterwards. He's like, Hubbard told him, he's like, dude, are you guys ever going to stop pressing? I'm exhausted. And Ryland said, I told him, unfortunately, no.
Yeah, unfortunately for me and you.
I hate to tell you.
I mean, they've won 8 of 9 now.
Yeah.
And
Ryland said the good news for me is I'm about to sub out. But no, you got to stay out here.
Unfortunately, no. 88-68, they win it last night. And in the process, they did something else. Does he actually give the number in the soundbite? Okay, I don't need to say the number. I want you to hear this amazing stat because they play chaos on defense and offense. Here's Bucky McMillan.
Pretty simple. Had 3 turnovers in the game. That's fantastic. Have 3 turnovers in a 40-minute SEC basketball game. That's unheard of. You may watch the SEC play all year and not see that happen again with any team. I'd like to see when the last time that happened, and particularly with us. We play as many possessions that we play with.
Apparently, Clay Travis with that soundbite there. Bucky McMillan, 3 turnovers in the game last night.
That is insane.
Which is crazy, especially the way and the pace they play. Because they demand chaos to happen. So Texas A&M wins. They're tied for first. Kentucky beat Texas 85-80. Kentucky led for most of the second half in that game last night. Tyler, if you'll give me cut number 5, please. Sean Miller's the coach at Texas. I liked the guy before when he was apparently bending rules at Arizona.
Looks like he's got sweaty hands. I don't know why.
They had a big win over Alabama this year, but now they lose again after losing to Texas A&M over the weekend, and they've got a problem that Sean Miller says he's not sure it's going to go away.
What our team, and this is a Texas problem, has is we have a virus called fouling, and it has plagued us from the opening tip of the first game until tonight. It's not the officials. It's not Kentucky. We will foul the living shit out of you. We'll foul a 3-point shooter. We'll foul at the end of the clock. We'll leave our feet on drives. We'll reach. You describe the foul, and the team that I'm coaching will commit it.
That's fantastic.
Have you ever seen the Bert Kreischer interview with the weirdo for Barstool where he goes into like he's never going to give up drinking, and it became a viral meme that went out there.
No.
But he was like, morning mimosas, cracking a beer when you're not supposed to. I mean, it's almost the same rant, but about fouls. Yeah. I mean, that is absolutely incredible.
Hilarious.
Leaving our feet, yes.
Yes.
Reaching, yes.
Shooting a 3-point.
You describe the foul. Our team can do it. Dean Smith, the former legend at North Carolina, and I'll never forget this growing up, being a huge college basketball fan. He always explained if you make more free throws than your opponent attempts in a game, you're going to win 90% of the time. And just as an example, last night, Kentucky was 30 of 35 from the line. They made 10 more free throws than Texas attempted.
Well, it's when you have a fouling virus that happens.
I mean, that is crazy, though. 35 free throw attempts for Kentucky last night.
We'll talk more basketball. Richard Hendrix coming up at the top of the hour. By the way,
favorite soundbite of the year so far.
Hands down. It will stand the test of time.
Yes,
By the time we're back in December, it'll be one of the best sound bites of the year. Rick Pitino goes for win number 900 this weekend when St. John's plays Xavier. Ironically, the guy coaching the other team trying to prevent him from win 900 is Richard Pitino.
Oh, little Ricky.
So little Ricky's going to try to keep Rick from getting 900 wins this weekend. But pretty cool that they'll be able to take a picture together with that basketball that says 900 if he gets it this weekend. Michelson brings us the viewing menu. Richard Hendrix at the top of the hour with more basketball. Tell us about Michelson Laser Vision.
Yeah, you've thought about it if you wear contacts or glasses. Is LASIK right for me? There's only one way to find out, and it's absolutely free. Make the phone call that I made back in 2003, 205-969-8100. Ask for Amy Toe. The Next Round sent you. She is going to hook you up with a hassle-free consultation with Dr. Mort Michelson or Dr. Jen Michelson. You've got zero to lose to find out if LASIK is right for you. I got the procedure done in 2003. I still have the 2015 vision, better than 2020. Make the phone call that I made. For more information, you can always go online, michelsonlaservision.com.
All right. First off tonight, I'm only seeing one movie at the theater.
Instead of the 3 you saw yesterday.
Instead of
How are you gonna make it through the night?
I know. What else are you doing
Of
tonight?
the 3 movies he saw yesterday, the one he fell asleep in was the first one.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Not the 2 4-hour ones.
It was Dead Man's Wire. It
Yeah,
was the
so
one I
that
was
bad,
sort
huh?
of in and out of.
Yeah.
And stayed awake for both extended editions of Lord of the Rings.
Didn't you think, though, that if you were dozing in the first one, how am I going to make it through 2 4-hour movies? I mean, that would scare me. It'd be like a marathoner that's cramping in mile 2. How are you going to keep running?
No,
I think I
got
would have
that
tapped
power
out.
nap, and then that gave me the strength.
Power
I
nap
needed.
in movie 1. So were you in there for 10 full hours yesterday?
Yeah, so it would have been 1:45, and then 4 hours, 4.5 hours. So yeah, like right at 10, almost 11 hours.
So what do you eat? Do you multiple buckets of popcorn? Do you eat those hot dogs that they've got in there?
So I just had a big lunch before the first movie, and then during the first Lord of the Rings movie that I saw yesterday, so Two Towers, I sat down and they were doing a director commentary bit before the movie, and I thought, you know, I'm definitely going to want some popcorn to munch on during one of the battles. So I grabbed a popcorn, and that was all the food I got.
Wow.
Okay, with the availability of, you know, the bars now with cocktails and beer, I assume you don't partake because you'd be piss hammered by the time you get out of a theater.
I think they only serve you like 2 or 3 max because, you know, after the movie's done, you're going to be
driving.
out and
Yeah,
about
that's true.
driving. Yeah. So I got one for Lord of the Rings because it's 4.5 hours.
Okay.
All right.
And then tonight I'll be watching Return to Silent Hill based on the video game. This one's based on the story of Silent Hill 2. When a mysterious letter calls him back to Silent Hill in search of his lost love, James finds a once recognizable town and encounters terrifying figures, both familiar and new, and begins to question his own sanity. I'm excited to see how Pyramid Head looks in this one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's a
Pyramid Head.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites.
I assume his head looks like a pyramid?
I would guess.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It's very disturbing.
Yeah.
Inverted like our new dietary plan, or just traditional pyramid?
Traditional pyramid.
Okay.
HBO Max has a new documentary coming out tonight. Mel Brooks, the 99-year-old man. It's a 2-part documentary following the legendary comedian, directed by Judd Apatow, exploring his incredible life, comedic genius, enduring career, relationships, and lasting impact on comedy from his early days to his recent milestone birthday, offering a comprehensive look at his enduring legacy. Do you guys like Mel Brooks movies?
I like him a lot. I showed Maddie History of the World Part 1. Actually, like 3 or 4 nights ago, it popped up, and I was like, you got to check this out. And as a kid, it was a lot better. I was like, this is awful. I mean, it was so hokey, and I only watched like 30 minutes of it. But Mel Brooks overall, I mean, some of the things he did, to me, he's like the old version of Larry David's the new Mel Brooks.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can see that. And then finally on viewing menu, Paramount Plus has a new show, Canada Shore. Meet Canada's answer to the legendary Jersey Shore, featuring a crew of Gen Z party animals from across the country who live under one roof together in the lakefront party town of Kelowna, British Columbia. The group becomes fast friends as they navigate hookups, breakups, wild nights, and messy fights. It's a new era of insanity as they earn the right to party by working random jobs around town. And the best part, their boss is the one and only Snooki Palizzi.
Oh, of course, yeah. Probably
So-
gets a producer credit too.
This was just coincidental that she moved to Canada.
Do a show.
I didn't know Kelowna got wild, but apparently it does.
Yep. And that's what Tyler is watching. By the way, I would venture to say, I mean, we've all seen shows that got worse as they went along. Listen, I know Brockmire was horrible for most of you that didn't watch it. But if you liked the first 2 years, season 3 was really, really bad compared to the first 2 years. And I'm here to tell you that whatever you thought of season 1, season 4, I think, is the worst season of television ever put on tape.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my Lord.
Yeah, just like.
So you're out.
No, I mean, I watched the whole thing because that's just what I do.
Yeah, but it's terrible.
But it's over with. And it was the worst year. I mean, it's the worst, and it's nothing like the first 2 years.
Have you started His and Hers with John Bernthal?
I have not yet.
Okay. Well, it's the new, a lot of people are talking about it on Netflix, five parts, takes place in Atlanta. He's a detective. Ex-wife is a news reporter. First episode was like, this is pretty good. Second episode,
done.
Not really good. Everybody's hyping it up, though. I thought from episode 1 to episode 2, it was kind of bad, but.
That's the viewing menu. Richard Hendrix, more football coming up as we move throughout the show. Brought to you by Way to Wellness, your journey to healthy living. Right now, you can jumpstart your weight loss plan with Leslie and her board-certified team at Way to Wellness. Just go to the website at planforme.com. No contracts, no sign-up fees. The first consultation with Leslie and her team is absolutely free. And they got a variety of different menus because no plan is the same. They've got injection therapy. They've got meal replacements. I use these protein bars to keep from bad snacking. They've got a plan for you that will absolutely work. So check it out. Way to Wellness, your journey to healthy living.
Take the next round anywhere you go with official Next Round gear. Buy yours today at nextround.store.
Hop in. Injured in an Uber or Lyft? Here's the problem. Was it the driver's fault? The other car? The app company? Good luck figuring that out while you're trying to heal. Alexander Shinar Trial Attorneys, they've got a guy for rideshare accidents. And here's the best part. They don't get paid unless you do. You heal. They fight. One call, 659-777-7777. Or visit alexwins.law. Alexander Shinar Trial Attorneys. Because rideshare accidents need an experienced team. Physical offices, Birmingham.
To everyone who craves a fresh meal made just for you, let our team member Jacob share what's special about Culver's.
In Wisconsin, our food comes from the heart, and taking the time to handcraft your meal with care is how we've always done it at Culver's. It's why your Butterburger doesn't touch the grill until after you order.
Come to Culver's and let us serve you a Butterburger made special just for you. From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious.
It's the O'Reilly Auto Parts World of Wheels, January 30th through February 1st at the BJCC. With customs, classics, hot rods, and more. Don't miss the Golden Riders motorcycle stunt team, plus BMX stunt teams performing outrageous stunts live. Friday, meet WWE star Rikishi. Saturday is Kevin Mack from Counts Customs. And Sunday, meet TV host Courtney Hansen. Bring the kids for free Hot Wheels racing, costume characters, rides, and more. Get discount tickets at all O'Reilly Auto Parts stores. Details at worldofwheels.net.
At Central State Bank, we are large enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Manage your money with ease, whether it's mobile banking, hassle-free checking, competitive loans, business solutions, or personalized financial advice. We're your hometown bank with big-time service. Visit us today and experience banking made simple, because at Central State Bank, you come first.
Member FDIC.
Remember the name Way to Wellness if you're battling weight loss in your life. I'm Jim Dunaway from The Next Round. There was a time I was over 216 pounds until Way to Wellness helped me lose 45 pounds, and now for over 2 years, they've helped me keep that weight off. Here's their website, aplanforme.com, aplanforme.com. That's a great name for a website because there's no cookie-cutter plan. Everything is designed specifically for you. No contract, no sign-up fees, and your first consultation is free at Way to Wellness.
Hey, let me tell you about our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama. Compassionate and comprehensive urological care with 35 physicians, 17 locations across Alabama. Their patient-centered approach to all of your urological needs. Remember, they've got that new men's health center. It is beautiful, helping men with a wide range of sensitive male issues in a comfortable environment. You can always go online, visit urologycentersalabama.com, schedule an appointment with one of their many urologists today. Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemp Hill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemp Hill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemp Hill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemp Hill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090.
It's bow time. The Bojangles Chicken Rice Bowl is back. Get dirty rice, slow-cooked Cajun pintos, cheese, and your choice of chicken for just $7.49. But order now. It's only here for a limited time. It's bow time. It's bow time. The Bojangles Chicken Rice Bowl is back. Get dirty rice, slow-cooked Cajun pintos, cheese, and your choice of chicken for just $7.49. But order now. It's only here for a limited time. It's bow time.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown. Live from the Birmingham Racecourse Casino Studios, the next round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
Richard Hendrix in just a second. Tennessee at Alabama this weekend, Auburn at Florida this weekend. As both teams are in the NCAA tournament on any bracketology you look at. Auburn closer to a bubble on, we'll use field of 68 for an example. Auburn a 10 seed, Alabama a 4 seed. The field of 68 folks have Alabama, Arkansas, Florida, Georgia, Kentucky, Tennessee, Vandy in no particular order as in the tournament. Auburn, LSU, Texas, and even right now A&M with work still to do. That's changing quickly for Texas A&M on their run. And we'll get to the basketball and the Bediako conversation with Richard in just a second. This hour of the show being brought to you by our friends at the World of Wills. Next weekend is a big weekend here in town.
Yeah, worldofwills.net is where you can find every piece of information I'm about to give you, worldofwills.net. And you can go see the 55th annual World of Wills. O'Reilly Auto Parts World of Wills coming back to the BJCC. It's going to be in 3 exhibition halls. That's how big it is. And it goes from next Friday through next Sunday, the North, South, and East exhibition halls. It is a family-friendly event, and you can take part in it right now. Get discount tickets at any O'Reilly Auto Parts or tickets at the door when you go. Friday, WWE wrestler Rikishi on stage signing autographs 4 to 7. Saturday, Kevin Mack from Counts Customs on stage signing autographs. And then Courtney Hansen, TV host and personality there Sunday. You can go see all of them, get all the information, worldofwills.net. It is the 55th annual O'Reilly Auto Parts World of Wills Custom Auto Show, Friday, January 30, Sunday, February 1. That is next weekend at the BJCC, worldofwills.net.
Signetti and I basically, I don't know if he has salsa on his bowl, but Signetti and I actually eat the same thing at Chipotle. And Chipotle has added the I Win Bowl, the coach, to its menu. I don't know, is this just in Indiana? Or can I go locally and get the I Win Bowl? I don't know, but 750 calories, 35 grams of protein. It's a bowl with brown rice. I do that. Chicken, black beans, I do that. And I do the guacamole. The only other thing I put on it is I do the pico and then all 3 types of the salsa they have. I have it swimming in salsa.
Well, good Lord, that is a lot of
salsa.
salsa.
That red salsa pops.
Yeah,
it's pretty hot.
It kicks it a little bit. But that's what I eat. That's my bowl.
This has got to be in Indiana. Like, you go to Phoenix, people be like, who in the hell is this dude?
Why am I? What's the? I want the Owen Bowl. Owen.
So that's pretty cool for Coach Sig there. Let's do basketball again. By the way, we'll bring in Richard Hendrix, who's part of television broadcasts on the ESPN platforms. up year to year, basketball ratings up 39% so far year to year on ESPN, Fox, and CBS.
I credit Richard.
Sorry, NBC. I don't include you in this, but 39% up year to year.
Richard's part of that. He joins us now on the road. He is being extremely kind with his time today, understanding the nature of this Bediako story, and I want you to know we all appreciate that. Richard, hope you're doing well today.
Doing great, guys. Thank y'all for having me.
Yeah, we appreciate you coming on. I mean, it's hard to know where to start with this. Just generally, when you saw this story, and it's been percolating, I know you've been aware of it before it even came out. When you saw that Bediako might come back, your initial response to that was what?
Well, my initial response to it was, hey, dude, I have a year of eligibility left. Like with these new rule changes, I mean, everybody has an opportunity to change, to play. But listen, my original thought was obviously about the NIL and the transfer portal. And I said on record that a lot of unintended consequences would come from this. I think people only looked at NIL opportunities as a situation that would be positive for players. It would only benefit and be a good thing for everyone. And I think we've moved on to a space of the unimaginables coming back into the college ranks. So it's a strange time for college athletics, and I would think it's probably only going to get a little bit stranger.
Okay, there's not a ton of 7-footers out there. I think everybody that watches Alabama knows they need, outside of Aiden Sherrill, another guy that is a rim protector, another big to fill in some of those quality minutes. We haven't seen this guy in 3 full years in a college uniform, but he is a 24-year-old man now. How much better and how big of a factor can Bediako be at this level?
Well, it's interesting you say that, because as soon as I saw that when the news broke, as the analyst in me, I pulled out my computer and I had to go look at the tape, because I could think about myself. I left Alabama after 3 years when I was 21 years old. And if I was to come back at 24, I know that it would have been a totally different level of. Charles Bediako is a player that averaged around 6 points at Alabama and around 5 rebounds. He was a rim protector, a screener, a roller, and far more advanced on the defensive end than he was offensively. Now, 2 years removed, he's had pretty much the same role in the D-League. He's averaged about 4 points per game for the Motor City Cruise. He's had some injuries, and maybe his mobility, I don't know, we'll have a chance to see what it's like when you have a chance to get back in the collegiate game, which moves at a much faster pace. But nonetheless, I definitely think that he's going to be impactful if he plays. He's a player that has experience. He has great size and length down low. But I would also say that coming into a locker room where Aiden Sherrill has been playing high-level basketball, this is going to be something that's going to be interesting to see, because I do think that Sherrill has started to come into his own to be one of the top bigs in the conference. So this is going to be interesting to see how it plays out.
Richard Hendrix is with us, SEC Network and ESPN. He is on the Alexander Shinard Trial Attorneys Hotline. So you're a guy that went from college to the professional leagues. How much has that refined his game, though? Like, I mean, I know it's just a guess for you, but I mean, he is a more skilled player because he has played in the G League than when he left Alabama. Is that not a fair assumption?
I'm not so sure I would say that.
Okay.
I look at the tape, and I'm not so sure that's what the tape says. I mean, like, this is Charles Bediako, and respectfully, it's not Charles Barkley. I mean, like, you're talking about a player who is more of a defensive-minded player. And in the trend of the D-League, he's not a player that's playing a lot with the basketball with his back to the basket, or even stretching it out and knocking down shots on the perimeter. Now, he does move well. He can block shots, and he understands how to play positioning in the paint. But when I look at the tape, I don't know if I've seen the level of polish in his game over the last couple of years, mainly because the trend of the game doesn't throw the ball to the big man down low. But he was a guy that I thought made a really good decision to leave college and strike it while it was hot after Alabama won the SEC championship and was the number one overall seed. But I don't know if you could have ever predicted that the money would get to what it is in NIL and everything that's going on in this situation. So he got put into a tough moment he ultimately, you look back, might have made the wrong decision, because he could potentially still be in college at this moment, capitalizing on the market that you have. So this is a tricky situation, but I'm more so interested to see from a player standpoint what his development is, because to me that's always the most important.
Well, here comes Tennessee on Saturday night, and we've talked so much about Bediako maybe playing, and truthfully, we're making Tennessee sound like it's the Washington Generals just coming in for an exhibition game this weekend against Bediako and the Globetrotters. But this is not your normal Tennessee team right now. What is off? What's missing from Tennessee that's made them so good under Rick Barnes?
Well, I think in the last couple of years, they had that veteran leadership of Zakai Ziegler and the defensive mindset of Jemai Meshack, and they had the continuity of a roster that had so much experience to get each other. They've had some injuries this year. You bring in a new point guard in Jacoby Gillespie. You have a big-time offensive talent in Nate Ament that you're looking to lean on, that many people have made some type of comparison that he's Kevin Durant. And he might not have reached that level of offensive production that people are looking to see. So it's just a matter of Tennessee finding, I think, their rhythm and chemistry of Rick Barnes. And if that's something that does travel, if it's something that does play, it's defense. And they can get that shored up by playing a little bit tougher, and they can pound the offensive glass. But if you're talking about playing against Alabama that might have a bigger front line, we'll see how it all plays out.
But before we move on real quick from Bediako, I do want to ask this question because it has been said on this show, and you would be great to answer this. We've got an influx of college basketball players that are coming from the European leagues. Now, I know not all European leagues are created equal. You've played in some of them. Is the level of play over there better than the G League, in your opinion, in some of those leagues?
Well, if I was to educate anyone on international basketball, is first and foremost, these are dozens of countries that are playing. And then you're going to have the highest level, which is the EuroLeague. And I would compare it to what you would say in college athletics. You're going to have Division I, and you're going to have high majors, the Power Four conferences into Division I. Then you're going to have Division II. And then you're going to have Division III. You're going to have junior college. It's a comparison on that same level. So when you hear a lot of players come over and say he's been playing professional on what, for many years, does that mean he's been playing for Real Madrid and Barcelona, which means he's been playing at the Alabamas of the world over there? Or has he been playing at some low division, small country program that doesn't produce pros? And that would be compared to maybe a junior college or a Division III school that doesn't have that type of, personnel. So I think when you see the international play come to the collegiate game, it's simply because now you have a market that if you're an international player, you can come over and make $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 in the Division I level. And that's just an amount you could never make in the youth program that they have over there. See, the difference is athletics in Europe is not tied to the educational system as it is in the States. So you have to come up through the professional club. But most of the players that you see that are really good international players, they're not playing for the A team. They're not playing for the top team like in Real Madrid, maybe Luka Doncic was. But most players are playing in the youth program. So it's definitely a different level. But right now, I would say that it's balancing out compared to international play is much higher at the highest levels than it is in the D League or the G League. And compared to college.
Well, James Nagy started this with Baylor, and he played for FC Barcelona. That's one of the good ones, right?
It's one of the top teams, but he wasn't a big-time contributor. They also have a second division team, So the better players are going to be your older guys. These are established players in Europe that have been playing for decades. I mean, you look in the NBA, your best players are still LeBron James and Steph Curry and Kevin Durant. It's the exact same way in the EuroLeague. And a lot of these younger players that are over there, they have to work their way up to get to the elite levels. And they're nowhere near the top level of talent. You look at some former Alabama players that are still playing abroad. Levi Randolph is one of the top players abroad. And players who are coming out in the collegiate game will have to work for years to get to the level of a caliber of a player like that. So it's levels to it. It's nuanced. And a lot of people like to make it more simple than people think. But the level of play for the elite level of player is a much, much higher gap between the college level and the G League.
You have watched the majority of Alabama games. Where they sit with the current roster through 18 games, where is their ceiling once we get deep into March? And with Bediako on this roster, how different is that ceiling?
I think their ceiling is to win the SEC. I really think that this is a wide open league, and Alabama dropped 2 winnable games that they had. They had some injuries, and also with Filine out in that Vanderbilt game, that was a winnable game on the road. And to drop the home game against Texas, who's to the top guards in the league with LeBaron Filine and Aiden Holloway. It's just about getting things shored up in the front court, which I think Aiden Sherrill has started to really make strides to be a big-time X factor for Alabama. Florida is starting to look like the class of the league, as many people were expected. And that backcourt of Boogie Flan and Xavier Lee is starting to play better basketball. But the front court is elite, and they go 4 deep. And they're playing better, and they eat with Florida at the top of the league. But a lot of time left, but it's still wide open.
All right, Richard, that is excellent information and great insight and analysis, all the above. We really, really appreciate it. Know it's a busy travel day for you, so thank you for squeezing us into it, and safe travels. We'll see you soon.
Thank you so much. I don't know what's going to happen in this college athletics, but, maybe in this situation, maybe some of the legislation that might be needed for correction in this market might take place. So it could be a positive at the end of what many believes is a trying and strange time. But thank you guys for your time.
All right, buddy. Thank you. Take care, Richard. Always good talking to Richard. Hendrix 35. On social media, if you want to follow him there, Richard Hendrix on the Alexander Shinara Trial Attorneys Hotline.
I'm just cheering for the uniforms anyway.
That's all. That's about all that's
most
left.
People do.
Yeah, cheer for laundry. That's all that's left.
Our show being brought to you by CPAP Plus. Tell us about CPAP Plus.
Hey, look, you need to get the proper 8+ hours of sleep every single night. So vital to your health. If you're not getting it, our friends at CPAP Plus and O'Neill Med, they can help out. The O'Neill brothers, Woody and Joe, get in, see them, tell them the next round sent you. 5 great locations throughout the state of Alabama. 3 right here in Birmingham, Pelham, Highway 280, Trustful. Stop by today. CPAP Plus, you're going to find the best service and equipment all in stock, ready for you, with hundreds of 5-star Google reviews. Trust CPAP Plus for all of your CPAP needs. CPAP Plus, where every night matters. For more information, o'neillmed.com. That is ONEAL med.com.
Orlovsky coming up in about an hour to talk more NFL, but LT's leaving to head to Rams Seahawks in Seattle. First of all, congratulations on getting to go to that.
Well, I appreciate that, man. I had a plan to go to Seattle a couple of times over the years, and I've never been to the city before. And I'm excited about going to what people say is the loudest venue in all of sports. Now, I don't know how legitimate that is. Do you guys find that believable?
I've read that it's built to hold the noise in. That is a passionate fan base that I think kind of thrives. You guys, the Kingdome was a tough place to play when they were good, obviously, right?
Yeah. Well, they do talk about the noise.
I think there are more. I think, like, statistically, I think there are more false starts by visiting teams than anywhere else in football.
But I would love for you, when you come back, are you in a suite or are you sitting out among the people?
Oh, I'm with the people.
Okay, so as you sit out among the people, I'd love for you to come back, having been at a big game at Tiger Stadium in Baton Rouge.
Yep.
I'd like to know the comparison. And
I hope it's quiet. I hope it's really quiet.
I
all
hope you don't hear the crowd.
60 minutes. I'm going to jump on with you guys on Monday and just win or lose.
What is crazy about this game is that the Rams and Seahawks have played each other twice this year. Total points scored in both those games, 58-57. Total yards in both those games, 830 to 829. You would call that pretty equal, right?
Yeah.
The Rams are the league's leader in scoring offense. The Seahawks, the league leader in scoring defense. There is, other than the game being played in Seattle, there is no separation between these two teams. They do it differently, but this is about an evenly matched up game as you can have on paper.
Yeah, I think the NFL wanted this game. I know Chicago's a massive market and it was going to be a great story, and I have said this since October, and I'm sure we've got plenty of tape on it. These are the 2 best teams on the planet. And I do believe the winner of this game will probably win Super Bowl 60. Look, there's a path to victory, I'm sure, for both New England and Denver, but these are the 2 best teams in both of these games. I was fortunate enough to go to the one in SoFi earlier this year where Jason Myers had a 57-yarder that would have won it after Sam Darnold throws 4 interceptions. And then we all saw the Thursday night game just last month that was absolute insanity where the Rams were up 16 in the fourth quarter, and Seattle's able to come back and just the crazy two-point conversion that became a two-point conversion, and then they walked it off with the two-point conversion in overtime. I mean, this game has got everything. And by the way, score point differential 1 and 2 in the NFL. Seattle 1, LA 2. Fantastic matchup. I mean, can't wait to see it.
I told Lance earlier, I think you agreed with me, so you feel this way. As a fan going in, I kind of like the fact that I'm going in on the heels of them destroying the 49ers.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's kind of what you want, because the possibility in the NFL of putting back-to-back games like that together is pretty low.
And the fact they lose Charbonnet.
Charbonnet's a big loss.
It's a big loss for them.
I mean, he's your touchdown leader, and when, in goal-to-go situations, he's kind of that guy. Kenneth Walker had a fantastic game against the 49ers, but it's going to be all Kenneth Walker. And I would assume Chris Shula, defense coordinator for the Rams, they will do everything in their power to shut down Kenneth Walker and put it on the shoulders of Sam Darnold. And here's some numbers for you guys. In the last 374 days, Sam Darnold 3 starts against the Rams, 1 with the Vikings in the postseason, 2 with the Seahawks. He has 7 picks, and he's been sacked 13 times. So if Darnold plays like that, they've got issues.
Yeah, the crazy thing is he threw 4 picks against you that one game, and they still had the field goal to win it. I mean, that's what's wild about it. I mean, used to that was the death knell of the NFL. Like Buffalo turned it over 5 times Sunday.
Yeah.
5 times. I mean, used to 5 times you turn it over in the NFL, you don't even have a shot.
Oh, the Bears were -3 against the Rams, and look at how that game.
It's just there were days in the NFL that was a non-starter, but now it's just a little bit of a different game where the turnovers don't kill you as bad as.
Do you guys get the feeling though the winner of that game is
Super Bowl champion?
Super Bowl
I had that to ask you, but you answered it. Give me cut 3, Tyler, if you will, buddy. This is Jarrett Stidham. On the other game, New England and Denver, where at one point, I don't know if it's still that way or if it's gotten bigger, they were the biggest dog since the merger in 1970.
And an AFC championship?
An AFC championship game. Is that not true? Did I write that down wrong?
Man, that would be hard to believe, because I go back to some of those Jets-Patriots matchups, and look, those Jets teams were good, but I mean, this number is not out of whack at all.
It's like 5 right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's under a touchdown.
Then I wrote that down wrong. J.K. Dobbins is returning, or they're hoping he's going to return for Denver in this one. And New England is 0-4 all-time in Denver in playoff situations, but Jarrett Stidham is the quarterback, so Jarrett Stidham trying to keep his feet grounded this week.
What I always go back to in any game, regular season, preseason, AFC championship, it's still the same game. So obviously there's implications and, winner advances, all that kind of stuff, but at the end of the day, it's still football, and that's how I view it. So I'm not treating it any differently. I'm not treating my preparation any differently. I'm just going to go out there and play and be myself. I think that's the biggest thing is, I'm not going to try to be somebody that I'm not. And I know how I can play, and I know the kind of guys I got around me and the kind of team that we have. So we all just have to play within ourselves.
Actually down to 4.5 live. I'm looking right now.
Wow.
Patriots a 4.5-point favorite on the road at Denver. And I think some of that, it's down a point from where it opened. It opened at 5.5. Was that the consensus opening? So it's down a point from where it opened.
Good value at 5.5.
Yeah,
really good value.
I think a lot of that is Sean Payton. I think what we talked about earlier is people trust that if there's an offensive coach out there that could get a backup ready, it's Sean Payton.
39.6 million people watched Denver and Buffalo this past weekend as Denver and Bo Nix put on a show to beat Buffalo to advance. Just a rating behemoth is the NFL, and I get tired of us trying to chase that in college sports.
I agree.
In college football, you're not going to catch it, so let's stop worrying about it and just do what's right for college football. Like I keep seeing people. It's like wanting to squeeze the calendar down, and we've talked about it a couple of times now, play the national championship game on January 1st so it can get great TV ratings. And there's no doubt that would be whenever the ratings come out today on the college football game, it's a Monday night, and it's not going to be what it would be on January 1st in a standalone game. But as I said every time, I don't want to wake up on January 1st and only have one football game. I want 3 big football games.
I think it is a testament to the sport that college football has become the second largest sport in America.
And let's be okay with that.
Yeah, that is amazing when you think about, like, when I started doing this 25 years ago, it was the NFL still, the NBA and Major League Baseball. I really don't know where you had to go to get to college football. In our region, it was up there, but it wasn't even close. I think nationally now it is for sure the second biggest sport.
Yeah. And so what I mean, Brownie, is let's stop worrying about, we're playing this game on Thursday and Friday night. That's fine. We're doing that so we don't go up against the TV ratings. Our ratings are fine on Thursday and Friday night. Let's just all adapt to it being a Thursday and Friday night. And let's adapt to playing 3 games on January 1st. It's okay that in Las Vegas, when we kick the season off in 214 days and we're playing on the road to Las Vegas, that we're going to play that game on January 25th. That's fine. Let's stop worrying about that. Let's just enjoy college football. We can do other things to fix the calendar. Let's don't compress it or take away so much where we got 1 game on January 1st. That's asinine to me.
And we'll see what the TV ratings are when they come out today. They're delayed by the MLK holiday, I believe, right? That's why they've taken so long to come out.
I just think with streaming numbers now, I think
there was a holiday involved.
Yeah, you just got yesterday. You got the NFL numbers from Sunday,
right? Which again was delayed by the holiday. So that's why there's a bit of a delay, because some people are like, they hadn't released the numbers yet. They must be bad. Would you have given consideration to playing it Friday, to play it before the NFL playoffs?
Yeah. I have no problem whenever we decide to do it.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Let's don't worry about the TV ratings. But I just wonder, we'll see what the ratings are Monday, because it was a fantastic game that had some storylines in it. I just wonder if you might have been better Friday playing it going into the playoff weekend, because we talked about it on Monday. There was still so much reaction to the NFL on Monday. The build-up got a little bit lost.
Yeah.
But there again, Friday, people are working. I don't know. You had a holiday.
You would have had build-up. You would have had build-up for those NFL games.
Yeah.
But
then no reaction to the college game because it had been right into the NFL games.
NFL, yeah.
But you guys both worked, and you for a long time, network television. I know there used to be a fear that, Friday and Saturday, a lot of people went out and did different things. I know the 3 of us would be home watching on a Friday night. I think the majority of our listeners would be at home watching on a Friday night. But do they still fear that, you think?
Friday and Saturday night are still the least viewing nights.
Yeah, because the program is terrible on Friday and Saturday
Sunday through Thursday is the most viewing nights. But that was also a concern playing games on New Year's Eve. People go out. Well, I think less people go out on New Year's Eve now than they used to go out on New Year's Eve.
I think the way to do it is when we first did that first week of shows together, Alabama, Nick Saban's first national championship was a Thursday night. Why not go back to the old Thursday night model?
It's the Monday night habit that they're trying to tap into.
That's right.
But I'm with you. Thursday night, a lot of people can take, back half of a week off. You got the weekend to travel back, do all that stuff. I like a Thursday
Their
night.
belief is we have geared them towards Monday Night Football all season long. We play a Monday night playoff game. This is our next Monday Night Football game. And people are they're used to coming to us for Monday Night Football. That's their thinking. I don't know if that's good thinking or not.
And if we do the Thursday night thing, I think we ought to, moving forward, one of the things when you start a job is you list your favorite college team. And if your favorite college team is playing for the national championship, you get that day off the next day, that Friday.
Yeah, works good. All right, when we come back, 4 downs and a lot more college football discussion, still historic thoughts on what is going on with this Indiana program as we move forward, and a surprising number from the Texas Longhorns when we come back on the other side as well. The show being brought to you by our friends at Odie's. Tell us about Odie's.
Last night, the question was, which came first, Cinderella, the original animated Disney film, or Dolly Parton?
I'm going to say Cinderella, the original Disney movie, was it's going to be Dolly Parton by at least 2 years, in my opinion.
Jeeves?
I think Dolly Parton came first.
Yeah. I'm going to say 52 and 53 or 4.
So Dolly Parton celebrated 80 this week, born in 1946. The original Cinderella in 1950, so Dolly Parton did come 4 years before. These are little factoids you learn every Wednesday night when we do Odie's Team Trivia. We do it at the original location in Crestline, both locations, including the newest one right there in Edgewood. Incredible food from Rodney Davis, the award-winning wings, delicious burgers, great sandwiches like that Diablo sandwich, ice-cold beer buckets. Stop in, see Will Haver and that great staff. Birmingham Institution, it's Odie's Tavern.
Follow Brownie on Twitter and Instagram at Ryan Brown Live.
Hop in. Injured in an Uber or Lyft? Here's the problem. Was it the driver's fault? The other car? The app company? Good luck figuring that out while you're trying to heal. Alexander Shinar Trial Attorneys, they've got a guy for rideshare accidents. And here's the best part. They don't get paid unless you do. You heal. They fight. One call, 659-777-7777, or visit alexwins.law. Alexander Shinar Trial Attorneys, because rideshare accidents need an experienced team. Physical office is Birmingham.
To everyone who craves a fresh meal made just for you, let our team member Jacob share what's special about Culver's.
In Wisconsin, our food comes from the heart, and taking the time to handcraft your meal with care is how we've always done it at Culver's. It's why your Butterburger doesn't touch the grill until after you order.
Come to Culver's and let us serve you a Butterburger made special just for you. From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious.
It's the O'Reilly Auto Parts World of Wheels, January 30th through February 1st at the BJCC. With customs, classics, hot rods, and more. Don't miss the Golden Riders motorcycle stunt team, plus BMX stunt teams performing outrageous stunts live. Friday, meet WWE star Rikishi. Saturday is Kevin Mack from Counts Customs. And Sunday, meet TV host Courtney Hansen. Bring the kids for free Hot Wheels racing, costume characters, rides, and more. Get discount tickets at all O'Reilly Auto Parts stores. Details at worldofwheels.net.
At Central State Bank, we are large enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Manage your money with ease, whether it's mobile banking, hassle-free checking, competitive loans, business solutions, or personalized financial advice. We're your hometown bank with big-time service. Visit us today and experience banking made simple, because at Central State Bank, you come first.
Member FDIC.
Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemp Hill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemp Hill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemp Hill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemp Hill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090. Hey, let me tell you about our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama. Compassionate and comprehensive urological care with 35 physicians, 17 locations across Alabama. Their patient-centered approach to all of your urological needs. Remember, they've got that new men's health center. It is beautiful, helping men with a wide range of sensitive male issues in a comfortable environment. You can always go online, visit urologycentersalabama.com, schedule an appointment with one of their many urologists
if you're battling weight loss in your life. I'm Jim Dunaway from The Next Round. There was a time I was over 216 pounds until Way to Wellness helped me lose 45 pounds, and now for over 2 years, they've helped me keep that weight off. Here's their website, aplanforme.com, aplanforme.com. That's a great name for a website because there's no cookie-cutter plan. Everything is designed specifically for you. No contract, no sign-up fees, and your first consultation is free at Way to Wellness.
It's bow time. The Bojangles Chicken Rice Bowl is back. Get dirty rice, slow-cooked Cajun pintos, cheese, and your choice of chicken for just $7.49. But order now. It's only here for a limited time. It's bow time. It's bow time. The Bojangles Chicken Rice Bowl is back. Get dirty rice, slow-cooked Cajun pintos, cheese, and your choice of chicken for just $7.49. But order now. It's only here for a limited time. It's bow time.
Four downs in just a second. Texas, the Longhorns, reporting that they lost $23 million as an athletic department in 2025. Texas.
You believe it?
Yeah, I can believe it. I didn't know this. Maybe I did and didn't remember it, but Texas and Oklahoma did not get a full share of their SEC money yet. They don't get a full share until the next check. 2026 check.
Would that cover the $23 million loss?
It will, yes. They got $12.5 million from the SEC this year. The other schools got $60.1 million.
What did you say the expenditure was for Alabama recruiting? That was just the expenses for the team.
In 2024, according to reports, Alabama, Georgia, two of the biggest spenders in the cost of recruiting. spent $5 million. That's like flights and meals and housing and all that. Not money paid to players. That's just the cost of doing business of recruiting. You know, I saw Kalen DeBoer at some high school yesterday in a helicopter.
Don't you assume Texas has got a bigger budget?
I would.
Yeah.
I would, but I think everything's bigger in Texas. I don't know why.
That's what they say.
So they say that.
That's the branding, right?
Yes.
It's all moving so fast for me. It's almost like I still want to just turn on my TV and change a channel.
You're Brooks on Shawshank.
Yeah,
the world got in a big damn hurry.
It really did. It really did.
I mean, I think one of the more unbelievable things. We never believed the parents saying we walked uphill both ways in the snow to school, but like we really did have pliers to change a TV knob.
Oh yeah, who didn't have that?
Nobody will ever believe that.
No. Like people are griping about the college football calendar, and there's a lot of things wrong with it, but. I liked a few days off between the conference championship and the first round games on December 19th. I wanted a little break there. I like having a break between December 19th and 20th games and December 31st and January 1st. I think it's good for the teams. I think it gives us better football when we play again.
Well, I like the hype leading up, too. I like reading the articles and just everything that goes with it.
And by the way, when you play on December 19th and 20th, I like to do a little thing called Christmas.
Yeah.
And then I can get back into football. This rush to play them all every week and end it on January 1st makes no sense to me. I don't even think that's good for the product on the field. Now, 16 teams corrects the biggest problem you have is that I played on December 3rd, and I don't play again until December 31st or January 1st. I'm off 30 days. Well, if everybody plays the first round games, then we're all on the same field again.
Yeah.
And that corrects the bye problem, I think. The 1-7, only Indiana beating Alabama bye problem. This rush of having to play it every week to get it done before we start another semester, paint me in the picture. I don't care about academics.
Well,
they can do whatever they want to do academically. But I know Darian Mensah. I don't think he's enrolled at Miami, but I fully expect him to be wearing a Miami uniform next year.
I do too.
No telling what it's going to cost Miami or Darian Mensah, but he's going to be in a Miami uniform.
Yeah, I mean, I know that Luke Farrelly was a great linebacker at Cal last year by the numbers. And I know on January 6th, he signed with Clemson. And I know today he's in the portal and is expected to be an Ole Miss player. I assume academically at some point he's going to be on a Zoom in a class at Ole Miss so that he can play. I'm tired of worrying about that. Let's do what's best for the product on the field. And for me, having 9-10 days off in between the games is best to recuperate.
Forrester says you channeled your inner Cardell Jones. You remember him? We ain't come here to play school.
Yeah.
I don't think academics factors into this anymore. No. I know people don't want to hear that, but let's be honest about it. I mean, again, I asked the question. 15 years ago, it was a great fear of fans to hear this phrase. And you guys heard it, academically ineligible. You remember guys like, hey, by the way, so-and-so can't play. He's academically ineligible. When's the last time you heard that phrase?
Yeah.
So either one of two things has happened.
When's the last time we heard APR?
Yeah. Either the last time I heard APR was when Auburn was about to back into a bowl game, and I forgot APR even existed. And
Mississippi State win as a 5-7 team.
Yeah, Jim reminded us that is the tiebreaker, which is pretty funny now. But either kids are smarter now than they've ever been, either college is easier now than it's ever been, or the likely answer, we have figured out a way to manipulate it so kids are never academically.
That's why you never got your degree, Brownie. The likely answer is D. All of the above.
All the above?
Yeah.
Kids are smarter now. College is easier now. We figured out a way to manipulate the system.
I don't know if college is easier now. I think kids are smarter now.
I think there is a path of least resistance to get a college degree.
When it's all online, it's got to be easier.
I mean, our buddy Wimp Sanderson used to talk about Dr. Transcript, and I'm sure everybody has somebody on staff where, these are the classes you need to take.
Yep.
I don't think anybody takes classes anymore. I really don't.
All I have to do is go right here, just say, hey, Siri, and then ask it a question, and I can go to my Chat GPT or one of my AIs and say, hey, what is the correct answer for this math problem? And boom, my homework is done.
Yeah.
Can you imagine going back in time with like those Meta glasses, and people just think they're regular glasses?
Yeah, I'd have been
Could've
on
dominated.
Oh, yeah.
I'd have been orange or red or purple, whatever on the third grade SRO. Nobody knows what I'm talking about, but there used to be these things we did in class. It was crazy.
9-time champ is like, when's the last time you heard a player's major mentioned in a broadcast? You remember that? That was a big deal. He's a sociology major.
Criminal justice.
Criminal justice was really big at Alabama.
General studies. I was like,
undecided.
Yeah. Criminal justice was you're a damn good football player at Alabama if you were criminal justice.
He's a CJ guy. Huh?
Hey, before we do 4 downs, it's being brought to you today by a couple of sponsors. One of them is our friends at New York Butcher, LT.
The New York Butcher Shop, a great place. The weekend is almost here to pick up steaks, ribs, chicken, pork, all the fantastic meats. Great selection of fine wines and desserts as well. Incredible staff of butchers, both locations, the original in Cabo Heights, Highway 119 in Greystone. Get in, see Jim and that great staff. Rare quality, well-done service, one-stop dinner shop. It is the New York Butcher Shop.
And if you're looking for a great place for lunch, our friends at Bojangles can take care of you. Make it bow time at lunch. And for a limited time right now, that chicken rice bowl is back at Bojangles. It starts with that hearty scoop of dirty rice, the spoonful of slow-cooked Cajun pintos, plus a layer of melty cheese. Finally, your choice of chicken right there on top. It is hot, it is hearty, and it is all yours for just $7.49. Don't wait long. The bowl is only back for a limited time, so when you're hungry, you know where to go. Drive-thru's always open at Bojangles. Make it bow time.
First down.
Guy Fieri turns 57 today. What's your favorite late-night snack?
Cereal. That's a bad one too, because I think it's pretty high in calories, and then you go back to bed or you go right to bed.
Yeah, I try not to keep it at the house. I was having this conversation the other night at dinner that, boy, if you like to partake in some of the edibles or a little flour, and you've got cereal in the house, how easy is it to eat an entire box of cereal? It's great.
It is.
That is one of my go-tos. I also like the pretzel stuffed with the peanut butter.
Yeah.
Oh, ooh, those are good.
Yeah, once you start those, it's hard to say. And I'm not even a huge peanut butter guy.
Thanks to Way to Wellness, I got my diet dialed in, but I'm a big. This year has been a big, and the end of all football season, starting football season, been a big cereal kick. I've been dialing it up. Almost a bowl a day.
Wow. With technology, though, how easy is DoorDash late night? Like, randomly, I'll be like, hey, Taco Bell sounds like a really good idea right now.
Oh, I love Taco Bell.
But if I've got a sweet tooth after dinner and I'm watching a game or TV, and if I eat dinner early, like at 6:30, at 9 o'clock, halftime of a game, I'm thinking to myself, what is my choice? Am I going to get an ice cream bowl or a bowl of cereal? So I choose a bowl of cereal instead of the ice cream.
Seems like, you can justify that it's a little healthier.
It's got some fiber in it.
Yeah.
Daniel says, or Nicholas says ice cream. Daniel says night ham.
Night ham?
Cheez-It, Oreos, honey bunches of oats with sliced bananas on top. That's Brooks. Dang, Brooks.
Okay, so the Lunchable that I've figured out now, I do the cracker, some Duke's mayo on it. Then I put that government cheese and the really processed meat, and then I put one of the Wickles jalapenos on the top.
Yeah.
I mean, it's next level.
I was craving a sandwich, and instead of going when I figured it'd be less expensive to make my own, instead of paying $20 at a store yesterday, I went to the grocery store and bought a loaf of bread, some boar's head, a nice tomato to make sure it was, $2 tomato basically, to make sure it wasn't grainy in the middle, some fresh lettuce.
I know where you're heading here.
Some Duke's mayo, and I made me a nice sandwich.
And how much did all that cost?
Cost me about $20.
But dang, it was good.
Yeah, I could have gone to Subway, but it was good. It was good. I was craving a sandwich yesterday.
There is something about you making your own sandwich that makes it a little bit better, I think. What is your go-to?
My go-to would probably be cereal.
Yeah. Or movie popcorn for Tyler.
Yeah.
That's where he is.
If I feel like actually putting it in a bowl with milk, Captain Crunch.
Oh,
and
so good. I love
if
Captain
I
Crunch.
just want to be lazy and just eat it straight out of the box, Honey Nut Cheerios.
I like
really?
Honey Nut Cheerios.
Those are really good just to snack on.
They really are. I mean, that's why we give them to most 2- and 3-year-olds
That's
while we
right.
wait at a restaurant.
But I mean, is that true? You can't choke on it because of the hole in the middle of it? I've always heard that's why the kids get it.
I don't know if I'd gamble on that, but it seems to make sense.
Yeah, I'm a Lucky Charm go-to.
Yeah. I mean, I see toilets get clogged with a lot of stuff, but that does make sense with the Cheerios.
Did you guys ever hear that? Like,
Yeah,
I always
I've heard it before, but I'm like,
it might be urban legend.
It also dissolves pretty quickly.
Yeah, they're
That's
pretty,
probably on Snopes. Probably have to check this.
Second down.
Kind of a follow-up to the last question, but what is the best cereal mascot?
Well, I always was a big Captain Crunch fan, but I never loved Captain Crunch. I think Tony the Tiger is overrated, but he's
just so loud.
That's right.
I remember when I was a kid.
There was a rabbit for some reason. What was the rabbit?
That was Trix.
That's Trix, yeah.
And there was, I don't know what it was, but it was the Cocoa Puffs. It seemed like it was a Toucan, which is a ripoff of Toucan Sam of Fruit Loops. But I could be wrong with the type of animal it was.
The cereal was garbage, but I always liked Count
Chocula?
Chocolate. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, and Frankenberry. They had little cartoons.
Yeah, I did like Frankenberry.
And then they had the Blueberry Crunch, and then whatever the wolf was, Fruity Wolf or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Fruity Wolf.
There was
Hi, guys.
Cookie Crisp. They had a wolf, and then what was the other wolf? I don't know. Fruit maybe? I don't know.
Yeah.
What was the Sugar Smacks, the frog?
Yeah, Honey Smacks.
Honey Smacks.
Yep.
Oh, I hated those too.
I liked them, but
sticky.
they destroy the milk.
Yeah, and they were sticky.
There was some horrible cereal in the trailer park when I was a kid that was a flying saucer like Crisp or something like that.
Cookie Crisp?
No, it was just
Yeah,
Crisp.
I kind of remember that. Do you remember the
Yellow box?
the Life commercials back in the early 80s? If Mikey likes it.
Yeah.
Mikey likes
Mikey
it.
drove me crazy.
Yeah.
And that cereal was awful.
It was. I take to this day, and it started when I was a kid. I still love Frosted Mini Wheats. They don't have a...
Damn, they will destroy your
I
mouth,
love
too.
them. They don't have a mascot, but I like Frosted Mini Wheats.
They don't have a good mascot. It's just a little Frosted Mini Wheats.
Oh, it is, yeah. So the mascot is the cereal itself, yeah.
Third down.
Caitlin Clark turns 23 today. What do you think is the next sport to see a huge surge in popularity?
You're right. Women's basketball is as popular as it's ever been.
About to have a player strike. Could cost them the season.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, they may not play the WNBA season, right?
Yeah.
Which, boy, when you're at the height of your popularity, taking a season off, ask Major League Baseball.
I saw, and I don't know, it popped up on one of my feeds that there is a Oklahoma Drill League. Have you guys seen this?
Oh, where people just do the Oklahoma drill?
Yeah.
They lay on their back and then...
Yeah, and you got one ball carrier and then one guy that's, attempting to make the tackle. And, boy, the violent collisions in this
Oh,
thing
I
and
bet.
people getting knocked out
Are they
cold.
padded at all?
No.
Oh.
No.
Actually, I'd kind of watch that.
So, yeah, I caught myself watching it for 20 or so minutes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't, we've been waiting for soccer for, 50 years here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, technically,
It is big worldwide.
but it's got a thriving. MLS is a thriving league. I mean, the television ratings aren't going to be what you want, but the attendance is good. It makes money. It's a thriving league. And actually, it's moving up as far as its rating in world soccer ratings. The MLS is more worldly wide respected than it was, 10 years ago. I mean, hockey is on the come up a little bit. Ice hockey.
Samuel says Fast Pitch has got a new pro league backed by the MLB.
They do.
Well, that will help. I mean, if the MLB is behind it.
Well, WNBA, the NBA is tied to it.
Yeah. Well, but that has subsidized them and given them this platform, but they could ruin it by going on strike.
Okay, here's your bold prediction to your answer.
Like it.
It is women's flag football on the collegiate level. I believe the SEC someday will play women's flag football, and we'll play it for a conference and an NCAA championship, and the television ratings will be surprisingly better than people expect it to be. I think it'll end up being the most watched women's collegiate sport.
Will it rival Lingerie Bowl?
No, I mean, these folks will be dressed a little differently, but I mean,
it's big on the high school, bigger on the high school level.
If you
now.
watch high school,
Yeah.
I mean, some of the girls are dressed like like volleyball players are dressed. If you think that's risque or whatever, just whatever athletic performance gear, you get a lot of the Lululemon like pants. What are those called?
Like not joggers. What are they called?
Just a black.
The yoga pants?
Yoga pants.
Leggings?
Yoga
Yeah,
pants.
leggings. Yeah.
So, but will more of these girls be the Joe from Facts of Life, or will they be the?
No. It'll be.
okay.
I mean, you've got a lot of athletic girls like cheerleaders and that do tumbling and things like that. I think the SEC will realize, just with the popularity of football, that a flag football league for the women will be a sport. So that's my answer.
4th down.
The movie Mercy releases this weekend. What's the scariest thing that AI could be put in charge of?
National defense.
Yeah. Healthcare.
Yeah, that's true. Yes, that too.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot about that lately.
Yeah. That's on the pit. Episode 2.
Yeah, you remember their hey, whoa, this is not right. This is a completely different medication.
She said, well, you got to proofread it.
Yeah.
That's all.
It's right 90% of the time.
Yeah.
Air travel.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, any of it. I mean, we're seeing the collisions with the
Waymos.
operated cars. Yeah. So any of it. If you take, I mean, you got dangers with humans as well. I mean, I'm going to trust, a version of me to sit behind a computer in air traffic all the time. So there's going to be errors all the time.
It's crazy. I've never thought about twice not getting in a Waymo though. And after these trash stories, I might start
You're not
thinking
gonna do
about
Waymo?
it. I don't know.
When I get in my next one, I'm going to read how to open the door in case of an emergency.
Does it lock the doors on you?
It does. It does. As you start going, just the car, as you get up to speed, the door is locked. Because they don't want you to, I assume, use it to commit suicide.
Well, I mean, look, if we've got when you've got a fire extinguisher and you've got the tool to brake, what is the thing it says on there? Brake when...
In case of emergency.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, why would you not have that kind of tool in the Waymo?
Yeah.
No, not in your pocket, but...
Well, because they don't want people just randomly breaking a window.
Or taking the tool with them.
Or taking the tool with them so they can break a window and break into a store.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I'd like to know how to open the door. I
don't remember when the first one I was in, Taylor and I at the Final Four in the desert, and we did it for a bit, and I don't remember thinking about it. And then at SEC Media Days, I went to dinner, a much longer ride, and even got on the interstate. And I don't remember looking at the emergency exit on how to get out. But now that I've sat here and watched trash for the last 6 months and I see these things stopping on railroad tracks, I think I'm going to be like, I need to figure out how to get off the tracks if we stop on a track.
I know how to get in. I got to figure out how to get out.
Or if there's an accident. I don't know if at that point, if we damage the computer, my doors are locked. And like, what if I do get hit and now I'm tumbled and we're upside down and I've got to get out of that seatbelt and get out of the car?
Krusty says you can't roll the windows down in a Waymo?
I don't know. Can you?
I think I have to ask the computer.
Could a really good computer hacker hack a Waymo?
Oh yeah. I think that is happening.
Okay, so if you've got a CEO of a company that you want.
Oh, what a good movie.
Yeah.
That's a good movie plot.
Yeah. No, I think that is happening. I believe China is causing some of these problems.
Okay.
Always China.
They're having their own problems. We saw that on trash too.
Yeah, well, that's what they want you to think. They're like, it ain't us.
But
Look,
if you're monitoring somebody's phone that's a high up and they call a Waymo, then you automatically break into the Waymo system and
that's right.
have it go right over a bridge.
That's right.
Yeah. Or if you're a serial killer, you just pick a random Waymo to hack into, and it drives them right to your house.
Yeah, you can do
it's
that.
Like DoorDash for a serial killer.
By the way,
so the answer is anything.
Okay. Kids can choke on Cheerios.
Okay, well, there we go.
Okay.
There we go.
I wanted to clarify that.
Well, let's don't do that.
Yeah. Just in case people were coming to us for child safety. Yeah. Good disclaimer there. Make sure if we send that soundbite out for us, we also put the disclaimer there at the end. All right, that's our 4 downs today, brought to you in part by our friends at Hemp Hill Services, LT.
205-229-2090. Trust the name Birmingham has trusted since 1954 for all of your plumbing, heating, and cooling issues, home or business. Adam, Chad, Andrew, the guys there, ready to serve you. Make sure you tell them the next round sent you. Hard to stop a train. 205-229-2090 or hemphillservices.com.
All right, we'll jump in with Dan Orlovsky coming up on the other side. Everyone saw after the national championship game the video of Mark Fletcher punching Tyreek Tucker. There were other videos of Fletcher, like, hugging Fernando Mendoza, congratulating a lot of players. Instantly when I saw the punch, I even told Forrester that I bet that guy said something about Mark Fletcher's dad. Because why else is he hugging everyone else and he's throwing a punch at this guy?
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's just such a line to cross when your dad passes away and somebody is going to bring that up.
Well, I have a feeling there's a follow-up coming.
Yeah, I know, but people have to, justify their actions. Like, Myles Garrett completely lied about the Mason Rudolph thing. Completely lied about it because he looked like a complete idiot. And in that moment, swinging a helmet, he had to say something that was sensational. I mean, if you've got something to back it up, I just find it hard to believe that he said something about his dead dad. But
Mike Rump, who works with Miami, he's part of the Miami staff there. I think he's in recruiting or something. Says that Tucker said something insensitive about Fletcher's dad. Now, Tucker says, I was just congratulating him on the season and just talking to him, and he did that. But it's hard to believe that you can be good sport, throw a punch, and then restrained into the locker room.
Yeah.
So
we'll probably never know.
Maybe there'll be audio or something. But if you were wondering about that punch thrown, there are some people out there that think maybe the Indiana player said something to Mark Fletcher, and that's not two different stories right now. And I guess, like you said, we'll never really know the truth. When we come back, a little college football and then Dan Orlovsky on the show. This is The Next Round.
Follow Dunaway on Twitter and Instagram at Jim Dunaway.
We interrupt this program for breaking news. From the Gators of the litigation situation. Insurance companies have a playbook. I repeat, insurance companies have a playbook. Deny, delay, defend. They know which law firms will fold and settle cheap. They are not on your side. That's corporate greed at work. At Alexander Sonara Trial Attorneys, we fight back. We have the resources, the muscle, and the will to take them on. And you don't pay a dime unless we win. They fight dirty. We fight hard. Call 659-777-7777. Or hit up alexwins.law.
Physical office location, Birmingham.
Sterling and the fine folks at Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster want to welcome you in for a great lunch or dinner starting at 11 a.m. every day. Chicken that's brined overnight and cooked to order, and the taste of the Delta with those Delta recipe tamales. Champy's is perfect for all your tailgating needs this football season. You can also choose Champy's for your next party, wedding, or birthday. Great food, great people. Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster, and everything online at champyschicken.com.
It's the O'Reilly Auto Parts World of Wheels, January 30th through February 1st at the BJCC. With customs, classics, hot rods, and more. Don't miss the Golden Riders motorcycle stunt team, plus BMX stunt teams performing outrageous stunts live. Friday, meet WWE star Rikishi. Saturday is Kevin Mack from Counts Customs. And Sunday, meet TV host Courtney Hansen. Bring the kids for free Hot Wheels racing, costume characters, rides, and more. Get discount tickets at all O'Reilly Auto Parts stores. Details at worldofwheels.net.
At Central State Bank, we are large enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Manage your money with ease, whether it's mobile banking, hassle-free checking, competitive loans, business solutions, or personalized financial advice. We're your hometown bank with big-time service. Visit us today and experience banking made simple, because at Central State Bank, you come first.
Member FDIC.
Hey, let me tell you about our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama. Compassionate and comprehensive urological care with 35 physicians, 17 locations across Alabama. Their patient-centered approach to all of your urological needs. Remember, they've got that new men's health center. It is beautiful, helping men with a wide range of sensitive male issues in a comfortable environment. You can always go online, visit urologycentersalabama.com, schedule an appointment with one of their many urologists today. Stop by the New York Butcher Shop and pick up the finest in certified Angus prime beef steaks and burgers, premium pork chops, ribs, and all-natural chicken cut to order just for you. Their chef-prepared entrees and side dishes are the perfect dinner-to-go choice for your family and are ready to heat at home. With a great selection of fine wines and desserts, the New York Butcher Shop is your one-stop dinner shop. 2 locations to serve you, Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone. The New York Butcher Shop, rare quality, well-done service. Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemp Hill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemp Hill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemp Hill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemp Hill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090.
It's bow time. The Bojangles Chicken Rice Bowl is back. Get dirty rice, slow-cooked Cajun pintos, cheese, and your choice of chicken for just $7.49. But order now. It's only here for a limited time. It's bow time. It's bow time. The Bojangles Chicken Rice Bowl is back. Get dirty rice, slow-cooked Cajun pintos, cheese, and your choice of chicken for just $7.49. But order now. It's only here for a limited time. It's bow time.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown. Live from the Birmingham Racecourse Casino Studios, the next round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
Dan Orlovsky in just a second. This hour of the show brought to you by our friends at Champy's Chicken, Highway 119 in Alabaster. Sterling and the crew down there. Man, just great people, first off. Great people, Sterling and Megan and the whole crew there. Some of those folks have been with him over 10 years at that same location on Highway 119 in Alabaster. And on a cold, wet weekend here, if you're looking for a warm place, both the atmosphere and the people and the food, then Champy's is the place to go in Alabaster. Chicken's brined overnight. It's cooked to order, so it's piping hot and juicy down to the bone. Hand-cut chicken fingers and so much more. Great food. Champy's Chicken, Highway 119 in Alabaster. Orlovsky will join us in a second to talk NFL playoffs. A couple of more college football notes quickly. Indiana never trailed in the playoffs this year. Kirk Cignetti wins the 2025 Paul Bear Bryant Award for National Coach of the Year. And as Kendall Baker, my buddy from Yahoo, points out, Indiana was 6-0 versus the top 10 this year, which equals the number of top 10 wins in program history. Going into the year, they were 116-1 versus the top 10.
I know with this format it's going to be different because obviously you're going to be playing more playoff games against top 10 teams, but has anybody ever beaten top 10 teams 6 times in a season?
That'd be tough.
And that's half of a season back in the day.
Yeah, it's tough to do.
To your point, as great as some Alabama teams were and stuff, with only one, you had an SEC championship game in 2022, other games. I guess there were more games in 2020. But to your point, it's hard to play 6.
Yeah.
But now with the expanded playoff, maybe.
The fact that they had played 123 top 10 games coming into this season and had only won 6 in their entire program history.
Yeah. 116-1 is a bad record.
Just further magnifies what kind of job Cignetti did to turn this around.
It still doesn't seem like this Indiana team is getting the credit they deserve. And again, it goes back to brand. I mean, you guys will give me if this was Alabama or Texas or Ohio State or Georgia, we would consider this team one of the greatest ever just based on all these accomplishments and those numbers you're throwing out there.
Based on brand, we would consider it one of the best of all time.
How about if I give you this, though, that I can say this is one of the better teams of all time? Doesn't mean they would beat all those teams. It's just because of who they were, what they did, where they did it. It is one of the great stories of all time. It's one of the great teams.
Is there any chance he has another team that is better than this in his tenure at Indiana?
No.
I would say no.
The odds would tell you no.
One more thing on Indiana, then we got a couple of recruits to tell you about, including a new offensive lineman for Auburn. But this was a graphic from The Athletic I gave you 2 days ago. If you don't have it, I understand, Forrester. But as far as recent national champions, where they started in the polls, Auburn actually started lower when they won it in 2010 than where Indiana was when they won it this year. So Auburn was more of an extraordinary climb in the rankings to be national champions. So in the era of when we played the championships, Auburn is sort of your out-of-nowhere national champion in 2010, even more than this Indiana team. But if you go back, 1990 Georgia Tech, unranked. 1983 Miami, unranked. 84 BYU unranked, 81 Clemson unranked. There's Auburn, 22nd, Indiana 20th, Oklahoma in 2000 was 19th, and Georgia in 1980 was 16th. So not too far, but there were some non-ranked teams that went on to win the national championship since 1970.
It is easy to forget that 2000 Oklahoma team, how bad that program had become before Bob Stoops got there, because with Bob Stoops and with Lincoln Riley and much of Brent Venables' time there, to be fair to him, it has been a really, really good program. They had gotten so bad between Barry Switzer and Bob Stoops. It was a terrible program.
Hey, but the non-ranked teams, the top four right there, those are shaky seasons.
Yeah. But, I mean,
in today's format, there's no way any of those teams would have won a national championship.
83 Miami, didn't they get blasted by Florida in the season opener?
They did.
And then they didn't lose again. They beat Nebraska when Nebraska went for 2.
But I don't think they really played anybody.
I'll look it up.
I know BYU didn't play anybody.
Well, they were in the Big East, so they didn't play the same type of schedule. Clemson in 81, it was an ACC schedule. But that was a pretty good Clemson team.
Yeah.
Yeah, BYU, we know. Georgia Tech, that was just a crazy, controversial year.
For the kids out
national
there,
champion.
BYU won the Holiday Bowl in December and won the national championship.
And played like a 6-6 Michigan team, as I remember it. A team that finished 6-6. They were 6-5 at the time.
We gripe about rankings in the AP polls now. I would tell you from 1980 through 1984, they were pretty bad at preseason rankings, apparently. 1980, Georgia was 16th. 81, Clemson won it unranked. 82, I don't know who that was. 83, Miami, not ranked. 84, BYU, not ranked. The AP voters back then sucked, apparently.
But am I wrong on this? Wasn't it a top 20 back then?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, again, like if you look at Auburn, 22, they wouldn't have been ranked back then.
No, not at all. Not at all. Speaking of Auburn, they have picked up one of the Miami offensive linemen, Derek Claz, quickly into the portal and quickly to Auburn as he comes. Derek Plaz is now an Auburn Tiger from Jacksonville, part of the Miami Hurricanes national runner-up team. Obviously didn't get a ton of playing time this year, but he is a prospect that a lot of people are excited about.
Yeah, and again, I think both Alabama and Auburn, we talked about Alabama earlier, but specifically Auburn here, had to address the lines of scrimmage. And both of them have done a very nice job in the offensive line. Again, we'll see if Derek Plaz pans out. That you don't ever know this, just like recruiting. But addressing the offensive line of scrimmage was something both these teams had to do.
And Tommy Kinsler, another Miami offensive lineman's in the mix at Auburn and other schools. He's in the portal as well. Keep an eye on him. And earlier in the show, we told you Alabama picked up left tackle Jarvin James, a 2-year, 21-game starter from Mississippi State. He's coming in with 2 years of eligibility left to play at Alabama. So as Courtney Morgan and Kalen DeBoer do work over there when it comes to that offensive line. Big 12 made a decision. They are moving their championship game, conference championship game, to Friday night. They did this announcement a couple of days ago. They released their schedule this week, and but that move of the championship game off of the Saturday to Friday night, when there was a Pac-12, that was where the Pac-12 played their game. So there's a place for that, the Big 12 championship game on Friday night.
I used to enjoy that Pac-12 game because, a lot of times it would have meaning. There was some relevance in the national championship picture. And, obviously with the Big 12 getting an auto bid, this past year, it was two really good teams with BYU and Texas Tech. So, yeah, I agree. I think there's an appetite for this as long as we have the championship games around.
Yeah, that is the point. As long as we do have these games around, it does kind of create, for ESPN ABC, you did game day, you went right into that Big 12 championship game, you went right into the SEC championship game, you went right into the ACC championship game. I guess the American falls in there now? Do you put the American there? Is that what you would do?
In the morning?
Yeah, in that morning slot.
You already have the American there.
Yeah, but it's not your primo. Your primo was the Big 12, so you just leave the American right there and you go American, SEC, ACC. Is that going to be our championship Saturday lineup on ABC now?
Well, I would keep the ACC in prime time for sure.
Yeah.
Just in case you luck into a good game opposite of the Big
Yeah,
Ten.
and I
That's right,
think
because the Big Ten's always going to be there.
Maybe it's because of our travel, but the one game I really don't catch on championship
I'm with you.
week is that 11 o'clock
Yeah,
game.
the Big 12. I miss it a lot.
Let's get to the NFL. We talked earlier about it. LT's about to jump a plane from Birmingham to Seattle to watch the Rams and the Seahawks. We've also got New England taking on another Auburn quarterback, another local quarterback in Jarrett Stidham. Only one guy to break that down, our buddy Dan Orlovsky.
He joins us each week on the Alexander Shinard Trial Attorneys Hotline at this time to talk football. When you factor in home field for Seattle, Dan, when you factor it in as you break this game down, keep in mind Lance is going to be there in Rams gear. So when you factor in Seattle home field, Lance will be there in Rams gear. You got to factor that in.
Yeah, I mean, I lean LA then. If Lance is going to be there in gear, this is going to be a great game. You know, I don't know if you guys have watched Get Up, but if you look at the 4 games over the last 2 years these teams have played against each other, the point differential is 2, the yards differential is 10. So both very good teams. I expected the winner of this game to be our Super Bowl champion. You know, there's a lot of matchups that we're going to talk about. I think a huge part of this game is Clint Kubiak, the offensive coordinator in Seattle, versus Chris Shula, the defensive coordinator. Both of those guys are a little bit like unproven in comparison to Sean McVay and Mike McDonald. Who has a better feel in the game for that matchup? Big deal. Who tackles better? I think Seattle's the best tackling team left. The Rams have struggled with that. Can they tackle better? I would tell you that the Seahawks have 8 non-offensive touchdowns this year, 5 by special teams, 3 by defense. They had 1 against the Rams last time in Week 16. That cannot be the case. And so, you know, there's 2 very good, very well teams. I think Seattle being at home does give them an advantage.
Okay, so going back to the wild card round of last year when Sam Darnold was a Minnesota Viking, in the last 374 days, he has played this Chris Shula Rams defense. He's thrown 7 picks. He's been sacked 13 times. That's the bad. The good is you look at how close the 2 games were this year. Is that more of a Sam Darnold against that pass rush? Mentally, the Rams are in his head, or is it more schematically something Shula's doing to Sam Darnold?
Yeah, I think it's both. I mean, there's definitely schematics that, and this is just Sam, right? This is a defense that schematically, one, knows how they want to attack some of the pressure, some of the protections, who they want to attack in those protections, and then what does the quarterback struggle to see? If you watch Sam's interceptions, a lot of times it's, one, they take away who they think is going to be that first read, and then they bait him into getting to that second read, knowing he will. And then the second thing is showing pressure dropping underneath his hot, showing pressure dropping underneath his hot. And so it's the, you know, we live in a football world and the divisions where we think playing against the same opponent gives advantages, and it does. It also exposes you to disadvantages. And I do think that's one that is a favorable thing for the Rams.
For those of us that grow up in college football and we never really think of NFL stadiums as being intimidating, is there really a difference in Seattle compared to others?
Oh, you cannot hear your own thoughts. And I know that doesn't maybe make sense to folks, but when you play in this stadium, you have to hyper focus so much on just your own thoughts, let alone, I mean, just putting it from the perspective of the road quarterback, Matthew Stafford. Play gets done. I have to then try to hear Sean McVay in my ears as he's reciting the play to me. Then, or at least the personnel, then getting into the huddle. And I have to clearly communicate to everybody, all 10, and I'm trying to do this so you guys can see it, but like, your ability to clearly use your mouth to verbalize and non-verbally communicate what the play is, because a lot of times your offensive people are reading lips because they can't hear. So they're trying. So you got to be so good with like making sure that you're phonetically expressing what the stuff is, and then trying to go execute, and then being at the line of scrimmage. Yeah, it's brutal. I often say it's very similar to, I don't know what SEC school might be like this, but like Virginia Tech Stadium is built straight up intentionally. That's how Seattle's is, but then Seattle's curves over. And so then noise does not escape, man. It just does not get out. It's brutal.
It's like Chuck E. Cheese. I used to take my kids to Chuck E. Cheese, the loudest place on earth.
But
is
it the loudest in the NFL? Because, in the moment, people would be like, Kansas City in the playoffs or Denver or Philadelphia or Green Bay. But, would you, with your experience in broadcasting and playing the game, would Seattle a clear-cut number one?
Seattle's the hardest, yes. Kansas City's up there. I think Detroit is up there as well because being indoors. But Seattle, yeah. I'm telling you, man, it's a different type of noise that you just have to deal with on an overwhelmingly consistent. We would tape the hole in our helmet. We would try to have just even that small of a layer of some type of noise protection.
As a concerned friend, should I put him in earphones and headphones like we do the little
kids?
ones?
No,
Okay.
no, but I will say this. It's the nicest group of fans you'll come across. You ain't stepping into some of these fan bases that you're like, fear for your physical safety. Seattle's like, they're the best.
Okay. You've not seen Lance in a Rams game. I will point that out.
I am not obnoxious, so I'm in my own world, and I'm not a taunter, and I don't talk crap to all these fans. I never would do that. So that's good to hear because that is one of the worst things about the NFL, Dan. I don't know if you agree. And look, you've got fights and all these situations, but some of these fan bases, man, they go looking for it, and I just don't understand that. But whole other story.
I'm married to one of them. So
Eagles.
I know what it's like.
Dan Orlovsky with us on the Alexander Shadar Trial Attorneys Hotline. On the AFC side, what has this week been like for Jarrett Stidham? As a backup forced into this type of situation, is it a head-swimming week? What is this like for a backup quarterback?
Yeah, it's wild, right? Because you always know you're one play away, but you get into a routine where you just don't think it'll happen. It just hasn't happened. And so there's a comfort that you can fall into, that you can lose urgency on. There's a benefit, though, because he's been around. He's been in a bunch of systems. As a backup, I always felt practices were the only way you can get your competitive juices out. And so hopefully he's like that. I think the focus for Jarrett is in practice, trying to get your teammates to believe that you're ready. You want to practice at a high level. You want to show them that you know what you're doing, that you can handle the offense. I think the second thing is you go to Sean Payton and these are the things I like. These are the things I don't like. And then the third thing is you go to Sean Payton and say, I'm not going to win the game. You are. You're the Super Bowl winning coach. I'm a backup. I'm not supposed to win this game. You can get overly consumed by what is in front of you, whether you look at it as what a cool opportunity or the pressure and the reality that weighs on you. But this is where, the being a creature of habit pays its dividends. I often say the more you can brainwash yourself, the better. And so hopefully he's able to brainwash himself into his consistent routine and then be ready to go play a game.
But what do you mean? Like tell yourself, okay, it's the second quarter of a preseason game, and at the beginning,
yes.
Do you brainwash yourself thinking, okay, this is just like when I'm playing the Arizona Cardinals in August?
Yeah, you legit you brainwash yourself into just thinking, I'm gonna go execute first down. I'm just gonna just play by play because unless you do that, it's impossible for the human element to not think about what happens if it's 3rd and 6 in the fourth quarter and we're down 4 and I get man coverage. It's just impossible. So the more you can brainwash yourself into just go live play by play and let the result be what the result will be, the more you can brainwash yourself into thinking that's the most important thing, the better.
And back to Sean Payton, I mean, is he not maybe the most, I mean, obviously one of the best offensive coaches in football, and you mentioned the Super Bowl championship, the most equipped coach to do this? I mean, I go back to 2019, Breeze goes out, Teddy Bridgewater steps in, goes 5-0 because he's one of these guys that's going to game plan around whatever the skill set of that quarterback is. And, you know, ultimately, what is the path to victory? It's not going to be Jarrett Stidham. It's going to be that Broncos defense, and what are they going to do offensively?
Yeah, I think Sean Payton is 13-10 with the backup quarterback as his starting quarterback. So it's not a guaranteed win, but you also sit there and say, in the reality of it's hard to win in the NFL with a good starting quarterback, let alone backups. So Sean is absolutely equipped. I do not think Sean is going to play this close to the vest. I do not think he's going to be cautious. I don't think he's going to try to baby Jarrett Stidham. Sean Payton's the guy that at halftime against Peyton Manning made an onside kick. He's going to go play this aggressive. He's got a great defense going against an offensive line that has not been very good for New England. It certainly has some weaknesses. Go trust that defense. I think they're going to come out aggressive. And I think that you can't ask Jarrett Stidham to try to figure out what New England's doing. They're really good with some of their disguises on defense. Go be aggressive, take your shots down the field, see if you can gain a lead to try to, at least as much as you can, make New England one-dimensional offensively and allow the pass rush to dominate the game.
You've watched a lot of him now. Obviously, he played high school football here in our city. He played college football for a couple of years at Auburn. His family goes very deep in this state. Have you watched enough of Bo Nix to say that guy's got staying power, can be a top 10 NFL quarterback in his career?
Yeah, Bo's proven he's a really good player. You know, there's moments he's all over the place. Don't get me wrong. Still a young player, still a reactive player rather than a proactive player, and that's a strength of his. He's a playmaker. He's clutch as all get out, man. Like I love Josh Allen, but if we just look at the end of the game and which one of those guys made the clutch throw, it's Bo. I mean, that throw he makes to take the lead is freaking flawless, man. And he's done that throughout the course of really this season. And so, yeah, I think the way that he's just handled everything, the athleticism that he presents, the clutch gene that he has, you know, I think there's no question about it. If you're Denver, like, yep, we got our guy for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, it's good to hear.
Is Drake May ready for this moment on the road in front of that Bronco crowd?
There's no question. This kid's wired the right way. He's been punked on and bullied by his older brothers his whole life. I think that's one of his superpowers. That he's like, yeah, I got beat up my whole life by kids that went to be elite athletes. This is nothing to me. So, yeah, I think he's ready for it. Now, Will Campbell has been a problem, you know, and that New England has gotten lucky that they ran into two quarterbacks in Herbert and CJ that just didn't show up. They just did not play well. I just don't think they can bank on that again versus a Sean Payton-led football team. And Jarrett Stidham's not a world beater, but I think he plays competent football.
I did think it was very smart of Sean Payton. He got to the Denver crowd. I don't know if you guys heard him say this on CBS, and he's like, don't wait till they're the line of scrimmage to cheer. Go nuts when they're in the huddle.
Yeah.
That's what you're talking about. Seattle and Denver fans did that, and it gave Buffalo some issues.
Totally, and I would fully expect it to be, you know, Denver's a tough place to play. I'd fully expect it to be a storyline this week. You know, one of the things is, like Josh McDaniels, New England's offense, there's a lot of conversation. You know, there's a lot of conversation that has to be a part of that offense and communication. So 2-3 seconds, that's an eternity so that you can steal for your defense and information. And so, yeah, it's going to be a storyline. Also the elevation, you know, that just reality.
I know you've got a great new contract with ESPN, but as you're sitting here hyping these players, what a great business model. Like, you come up with a price point, I send you some facts, and you just say nice things about me that I can put on like a hype tape for myself where you'd be like, he's a good father, he's a hardworking husband, blah, 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 blah. I love it when you pump up guys, Dan Orlovsky. It's a business model for you. I mean, Bo Nix and stuff, just come up with a price.
Thank you.
And, yeah.
I have been criticized for being maybe overly effusive of quarterbacks. One, I hate how much everyone's like, this quarterback sucks, their team lost, I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's not tennis, guys. So
Yeah.
I always try to have those guys back. So
Listen, man,
if it's a teacher, if it's like, Mrs. Watt's third grade, she's always prepared. Her class is well behaved.
Yeah,
he can hype up anybody.
Look, we see you every day. We don't get to hear you a lot because we're live, but you're on two of our screens most of the time during the day. So I don't know what all you said, but I saw the stories. Don't let them beat you down, man. You're amazing. You're a good dude. Social media ain't real life, man. Just don't let them beat you down.
No,
man.
I appreciate it. Listen, there's a reality. I say this to people all the time. Like, listen, no one puts a gun to my head and forces me to say what I say. No one puts a gun to my head and forces me to work at ESPN or have social media. And I'm on every day. When you are on every day and I have strong opinions because I have strong opinions, that's who I am and it's the study habits that I have, I'm probably going to twice a year say something where I'm like, I wish I would have pulled that one back just to 10% there. So this was a situation that I got to sit there and go, yep, all right, cool. I wasn't good enough in that moment. And to take accountability of it, be a man, and we'll go from that,
Yeah. I absolutely love when I glance down and you're rolling your eyes at somebody. That's when I know, okay, I'm going to go back and watch that segment. I'm going to go back and watch that.
I do that a lot.
Yeah.
Well, enjoy Championship Sunday, Dan. As always, we appreciate the time, buddy. All right, that is Dan Orlovsky, Alexander Shenard Trial Attorneys Hotline is where you find Dan with us each week. We always appreciate it.
What did he say that he said?
There's criticism that he is too easy on some quarterbacks that he likes, and he's too hard on others, and specifically Josh Allen, that he won't call, he won't pin the blame on Josh Allen for that loss in Denver Sunday, excuse me. And there's just criticism that he's too easy on Josh Allen and he's too hard on other guys, or that he may just be too easy on all of them because he's friendly with them. I mean, Dan knows all these guys.
Yeah,
so.
but it's the low-hanging fruit to say because, Buffalo lost, it's Josh Allen's fault.
That's right.
I mean,
There's nuance to this.
Forget the DBs who were tackling guys at the end of games, getting flags and bailing, Denver out.
But he was, the turnovers were bad, but he gets all the credit when they win. Everybody's like, man, this Buffalo roster's not that good.
Yep.
So, it goes both ways.
And there was something specifically pointed out that when they showed the play at the end of the half, that Orlovsky pointed out that the offensive lineman didn't get down on the ball. Like, if he gets down on the ball, none of this ever happens.
End of the first half was on Sean McDermott.
Exactly, and that's the point. Like, so you're going to – now, look, Allen did not have good ball security. He's running with the ball, and he does that a lot. That is a bad thing that Josh Allen does. But he's got the ball way out there, and, it gets knocked away. But if McDermott says, hey, we are in great shape here, which they were, by the way, in great shape there. Let's take a knee, let's go to the locker room, and let's figure out a way to win the second half.
That's right.
You're probably playing this weekend.
Show being brought to you today by our friends at Storm Restoration Roofing, Greg from Pell City. Before LT tells you about Inverness Country Club.
That Greg from Pell City?
Hey, it is. Greg, come on in here,
Come
Greg.
on, Greg.
Look at this guy right here. Not up on a roof today.
Did you even know Greg was here?
Right here. I did not know.
Is this AI?
Look at this guy.
It's AI,
Look
Greg.
at this tan right here.
Yep. Cancun.
Oh, can't hide it.
He'll get up on your roof. This guy right here will get up on your roof right now and give you a free no-cost roof inspection. The thing I've been selling lately is that if you're going to put your house on the market in 2026, or if you just have the neighbors who walk by your house look at your roof and say, man, that roof sucks. Maybe you got a good roof, but maybe you need a soft wash.
That's right. Yeah, our soft wash is. I've got a team that does that. It's more of a service. They are subcontractors of mine, but they are fantastic. It looks great. Doesn't get on any of the bushes and things like that. It's actually not even rinsed off. It just applies to the roof, takes the staining off. Looks great.
Looks great. Gives you good curb appeal.
Absolutely.
Financing options available.
Yep, got financing. We do. The biggest thing here lately is with realtors that are needing to get a deal done. The insurance can't cover it, and so if we know we're going to sell it, let's finance it, get it done. I get my money, and then they pay the bank or whoever we use as soon as it sells. So it's worked out well.
A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau.
Yep.
Your wife helps you.
Yeah, she helps me big time. She's the boss.
Hey, do you have a business license by chance? Yeah,
you have a business
license.
license.
Good. You got a business license? All right, that's good.
Do you need any copy to read, or are you good? Throw that number up for everybody to call Greg right now. This is his cell number. I'd love to hear this phone ring.
Let's make that phone ring.
Let's make it a telephone. Make that phone ring right now. 205-542-3531. 205-542-3531. Greg from Pell City on Facebook, stormrestorationroofing.com. Back in a moment. This is the next round.
Follow LT on Twitter at @TheLanceTaylor.
We interrupt this program for breaking news. From the Gators of the litigation situation. Insurance companies have a playbook. I repeat, insurance companies have a playbook. Deny, delay, defend. They know which law firms will fold and settle cheap. They are not on your side. That's corporate greed at work. At Alexander Sonara Trial Attorneys, we fight back. We have the resource, the muscle, and the will to take them on. And you don't pay a dime unless we win. They fight dirty. We fight hard. Call 659-777-7777. Or hit up alexwins.law.
Physical office location, Birmingham.
Stop by the New York Butcher Shop and pick up the finest in certified Angus prime beef steaks and burgers, premium pork chops, ribs, and all-natural chicken cut to order just for you. Their chef-prepared entrees and side dishes are the perfect dinner-to-go choice for your family and are ready to heat at home. With a great selection of fine wines and desserts, the New York Butcher Shop is your one-stop dinner shop. 2 locations to serve you, Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone. The New York Butcher Shop, rare quality, well-done service.
It's the O'Reilly Auto Parts World of Wheels, January 30th through February 1st at the BJCC. With customs, classics, hot rods, and more. Don't miss the Golden Riders motorcycle stunt team, plus BMX stunt teams performing outrageous stunts live. Friday, meet WWE star Rikishi. Saturday is Kevin Mack from Counts Customs. And Sunday, meet TV host Courtney Hansen. Bring the kids for free Hot Wheels racing, costume characters, rides, and more. Get discount tickets at all O'Reilly Auto Parts stores. Details at worldofwheels.net.
Storm season is here. Make sure you have a plan of action in place right now. Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing should be your first call when storms hit. Insurance companies love working with Storm Restoration Roofing because of Greg Nelson's name and reputation in the industry. When storms hit, call Greg Nelson. He's local, 205-542-3531. He's the home of the free no-cost roof inspection. Greg from Pell City on Facebook, 205-542-3531. It's Storm Restoration Roofing.
Hey, for all of your IT and printing needs, reach out to our friends at Xerox Business Solutions. Look, I'm still one of those old school guys. I print my notes every single day for the show. If you watch the show here on the Next Round, you see all the notes in front of me. From day one, Xerox Business Solutions, they've been with us here at the Next Round. Local for over 45 years. For all of your IT and printing needs, visit XeroxBusinessSolutions.com or call 205-969-3000. That's 205-969-3000.
Remember the name Way to Wellness if you're battling weight loss in your life. I'm Jim Dunaway from the Next Round. There was a time I was over 216 pounds until Way to Wellness helped me lose 45 pounds, and now for over 2 years, they've helped me keep that weight off. Here's their website, aplanforme.com, aplanforme.com. That's a great name for a website because there's no cookie-cutter plan. Everything is designed specifically for you. No contract, no sign-up fees, and your first consultation is free at Way to Wellness.
Hey, let me tell you about our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama. Compassionate and comprehensive urological care with 35 physicians, 17 locations across Alabama. Their patient-centered approach to all of your urological needs. Remember, they've got that new men's health center. It is beautiful, helping men with a wide range of sensitive male issues in a comfortable environment. You can always go online, visit urologycentersalabama.com, schedule an appointment with one of their many urologists today.
It's bow time. The Bojangles Chicken Rice Bowl is back. Get dirty rice, slow-cooked Cajun pintos, cheese, and your choice of chicken for just $7.49. But order now. It's only here for a limited time. It's bow time. It's bow time. The Bojangles Chicken Rice Bowl is back. Get dirty rice, slow-cooked Cajun pintos, cheese, and your choice of chicken for just $7.49. But order now. It's only here for a limited time. It's bow time.
Worried you lost something on the vacation. I was going to say a prayer for little Greg. Our show being brought to you today by our friends at Michelson Laser Vision. They stay on top of your vision and make things really good.
Yeah, hey, Dr. Mark Michelson, the first in the space of LASIK to actually perform a LASIK procedure right here in the state of Alabama, 1995. Still does such an incredible job, best in the business, him and Jen Michelson. Make the phone call that I made back in 2003 when I got the procedure done, 205-969-8100. Ask for Amy. She's going to hook you up with a hassle-free consultation. You got zero to lose to find out if LASIK is right for you. For more information, michelsonlaservision.com.
Hey, the Big Ten releases their whole schedule. They already know their opponents, but the actual way it falls on the calendar, next Tuesday, Ohio State, Indiana will be October 17th. I don't know why we already know that date, but it's going to be October 17th in Bloomington.
Big new kick.
I would venture to say that we can go ahead and put that one in at a 12 Central. 11 Central, 12 Eastern kick time in Bloomington there, unless it's been released by NBC or CBS that they have.
What is that ticket going to cost?
Yeah, I mean, in Bloomington, Ohio State travels as good as anybody, and Indiana, that'll be their. Probably they'll be undefeated, I'm sure, with their schedule.
And listen, I love this Cody Campbell, billionaire Texas Tech guy, talking to Pete Nakos. We told you the side swipe he did on Alabama and Auburn yesterday. He explains to Pete Nakos on 3, go see the whole story there at On 3, but how the Brendan Sorsby $5 million contract works. And he says, we have a term for the hard-capped rev share money. We call that heavy powder.
Heavy powder.
Yeah, which is it's a gunpowder reference there. The heavy powder is the rev share money. So to get to the $5 million number, he says some of that is heavy powder, and some of it's the NIL money, the light powder, that he has a part of it. But to get to the $5 million number, that to get it approved by the NCAA, that's not a hard cash. I'm handing over cash to him. He's got to go out and get endorsements that equals up to that amount of money. We think that's how much money he will be able to get endorsement. He goes, now we've grown the program enough. I'm pretty confident he'll be able to get to $5 million.
So it's almost like a promise, like we'll pay you so much, but we will think you can get this much. I am not naive enough to think they only think that. I am realistic enough to think they've already got those lined up for him.
Yeah, I would agree.
All he's got to do is walk over to, Red Raider Chevrolet, and they're like, here's your car, and here's the check, and if you'll shoot these commercials for us next Saturday, we'll be good.
Yeah. Let me ask you, he did say, since he's heavily involved in the NIL portal for Texas Tech, he says last year was the highest price was, it's always quarterbacks, but other positions. Last year was a higher price for this position. This year it's this position, and the other position is so flooded that it's really a cheap market this year, the one that was the highest last year. What do you think was the highest non-quarterback position last year?
Offensive tackle.
Wide receiver.
But this year it's so flooded in the market, he says, wide receivers, the price is way down on. It's almost like you're trading commodities.
Yeah.
The price on wide receivers are way down in the portal this year.
What's the high? Does he say what the high price is this year?
I mean, there's no like major. I mean, Cam Coleman was the biggest name in the portal.
I would say the high price. I'm going to go Lance's answer. Offensive tackle this year.
It is offensive linemen. He goes, there are so few impact offensive linemen that's where you're paying the most money for this year.
And this Jordan Seaton guy is gonna up that market.
Well, I was looking at it the other way because there was so many less impactful guys. It would be easier to get offensive linemen.
No,
because it seems like a lot of the guys that are in the portal right now don't have a ton of experience.
It is the highest price you're paying to get elite offensive line talent. That's the top tier of the market right now, non-quarterback.
And Jordan Seaton hadn't signed. I mean, we assume he's going to go to LSU.
I mean, he's on visits everywhere. LSU seems to be the favorite, and they seem to have plenty of money.
I just thought that was interesting.
And Lane seems to know what everybody's spending elsewhere, if you read all the reports.
But Isaiah Horton left. He came to Alabama during a high wide receiver market. Right. He left in a low wide receiver market. Meanwhile, Alabama's shopping for offensive linemen in what appears to be a high offensive lineman market.
And while last year contributing to the high wide receiver market because of what they had to pay, presumably, Ryan Williams to stick around.
But that's why I love the way Alabama's doing it. They seem to be spending money on fit, not on the high-end, top-tier guy.
Well, that only works. I mean, I do think it puts a big strain on your talent evaluation. And if you believe that Kalen DeBoer has a good eye for talent, we talk about Signetti and Courtney Morgan, and those guys have a good eye for talent, that is an excellent way to do it because now your talent evaluation is primary. Like Lane Kiffin, with the budget he's spending right now, has to have less talent evaluation. Like I mean, he's shopping at the high-end stores, right?
Right.
I mean, I know those guys can play.
But when you get to the practice field and then the locker room over the summer and the games next year, I think the way Alabama and Alex Golesh and Auburn, the way they're wanting to do it, is that you get to the locker room and your left tackles are making this much money, your centers are making – it's more as opposed to when Lane gets into the locker room this year, if Seton is there, he's going to be so out of whack from his other tackles that can cause problems. And you hear the way Cignetti built the Indiana team, it felt like everybody was sort of pulling in the same direction when it comes to payments and such like that.
Is it that the Belichick model? Like in New England, Belichick, they rarely went after massive free agents.
That's right.
They were primarily, we're going to do this through the draft, and we're going to get free agents, but we're going to get ones that we think fit.
Well, they got reclamation projects.
Yeah.
You know, guys that, a Corey Dillon here or Randy Moss there. I mean, so they got some names, but they got them at a good value because – there was baggage with these guys.
Yeah, but they built, the Matt Lights of the world, people like that. These are just guys we got in here, we built, and they were great players.
Inverness Country Club gets us to trash today. Tell us about Inverness before we hit that big button.
They have memberships that fit everyone. Maybe relocated or retired. How about a membership at the Inverness Country Club? It's a great place to network, fantastic food. They've got that great fitness center as well, completely renovated from the social membership, the golf, the racket club. Childcare is also a big plus. You and your wife want a day of golf or tennis, guess what? Drop the kid, go have yourself a day on the court or course. Best days happen in Inverness. To take a tour of the club, call Aaron, 205-991-8608. That's 205-991-8608. Make sure you tell her the next round sent you. For more information, iccalabama.com.
There's no doubt you need length and girth up front. Length matters.
LT's Trash is presented by Bud Light.
Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. We start first in Florida again. A Key West stripper tried to pull the "Don't you know who I am" card after police said they caught her drunk behind the wheel, hit the gas pedal when told to stop. Quote, "You'll be sorry," Zy Z. McCausland told police several times. A little like poor man Scarlett Johansson with a haircut.
Yeah. Can I get you to button that for the mugshot? Nope. Not button. One more button. Nope, not going to do it.
This is fully dressed, officer.
Now, according to the arrest report, they accused her of drunk driving, a misdemeanor, and a felony count of trying to flee police at a high speed. Once detained, McCausland here is 32, while jail records put her at 26.
Wait a minute. So she says she's 32? But the jail records say she's 26?
Yeah, that's kind of confusing.
Yeah, I think it would be the other way. Like, she says she's 26. Like, no, we see that birth certificate.
She went on to say, quote, "Call my lawyer. I don't understand." McCausland, who said she works at an adult entertainment club on Duval Street, had to be handcuffed and put into the police cruiser against her will.
Duval?
Now, the action began just after 2 a.m. on Sunday when Sergeant Pablo Rodriguez said he was outside of Sandy's Cafe, spotted a Mazda SUV headed south, almost strike another car on the road. Rodriguez yelled at the Mazda driver to pull over, but heard her say, "Oh, F you," as he drove past. Trapped, finally, next to an alley. McCausland first tried to wake passenger in the front seat, but the person was passed out drunk, couldn't be brought up by cops, then tried to flee on foot. She was taken to jail where police told her not to put anything into her mouth. After she said that she would take a breath alcohol test, she began, quote, "a large portion of her shirt into her mouth and began chewing." Police then canceled the test. I've heard about the penny in the mouth. Like it will neutralize, something.
That's
I didn't
from the
know
80s.
Cloth would do anything, but
yeah, me either.
Richard says Blonde Aubrey Plaza.
A little bit,
Yep, I can see that.
The smirk, 100%.
Yep, 100%.
But around the lips and the eyes, I could see the Scarlett Johansson. The haircut of the girl from Ozark.
Ruth.
Yeah.
Ruth had a little curl though.
Yes.
Yeah.
A little volume.
Marty.
Yeah.
Boy, she was a good character.
Good show.
Police in British Columbia say a 22-year-old driver was pulled off the road after he was caught speeding in a vehicle that was, quote, held together with duct tape and wishful thinking.
Wishful thinking.
Just trying to get back out on the track, Eli.
Now
just getting some points.
Early model Acura featured makeshift modifications, including rebar and duct tape in place of a rear window and a welded gate latch. to secure the driver's side door.
I mean, honest to goodness, does this warn me if that's my Uber if it pulls up?
Yeah. Hang on, sir. Let me unlatch the door for you.
According to the BC Highway Patrol, quote, it looked like it had been chewed up by a Robosaurus. Now,
Instead of a Waymo, that looks like a Whack-A-Mo.
Now, I didn't know what a Robosaurus was,
Never
but
heard
this
of it.
refers to the fire-breathing, car-crushing machine that entertains crowds at monster truck events.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen that.
Yeah.
Now, police say the driver was stopped after the vehicle was clocked at going 130 kilometers in a 80-kilometer zone. You're going to have to translate
That's about 118 miles per hour.
Yeah.
Wow.
According to the
I forgot to swap that over when I was finishing up trash last night.
All good. Quote, it's amazing that this particular car could go that fast without disintegrating. The owner had to put in some effort to hammer out the dents, spray paint the repairs, but this car was not roadworthy. Now, the driver was issued a ticket for excessive speeding, was ordered to fix all mechanical defects before having the vehicle inspected.
Sorry. 130 kilometers per hour is only 80 miles per hour.
That's not that bad. I'm sure that car doesn't fall apart.
Okay, but that's 80 and
mph.
like a 30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
That is a problem, yes.
It is 80. It is 80 with backyard safety devices.
Yes. My favorite is the back window was rebar with tape over it.
Yeah.
Rebar. I mean, that's pretty
The
hefty.
latch is pretty good, though.
The latch is fantastic. I've never seen that on a car.
Now, in bizarre news, an art student in Alaska literally ate an AI artwork by another student to protest against it. Now, the incident happened last week at the University of Alaska Fairbanks, where the exhibition, quote, "This is not awful," is being displayed until January 23rd. Now, one of the displayed works belonged to Nick Dwyer, a Master of Fine Arts student at the university, titled Shadow Searching ChatGPT Psychosis. The work consisted of 160 Polaroid-style images arranged in 5 rows. Now, the images sought to explain a phenomenon called AI psychosis, where deep dependency on AI looks like ChatGPT causes psychological issues among people. However, another student did not like the fact that the images themselves were created by using AI. Graham Granger found a rather curious way of protesting. He ate the images himself. Now, speaking out about the incident, Dwyer later said, quote, "When you make art, you become vulnerable, and so the artwork is vulnerable, and that's something that makes it seem more alive or more real in the moment." Nothing said on what actually, well, he was charged. The dude that ate it was charged in court in Alaska with criminal mischief. So there you go.
Generally, most protests, I'm not going to say all, some of them are effective, but most protests, rather than me thinking, hey, you've got a really good point, I think, hey, you're crazy.
Especially all of the art protests and
Yeah.
museum protests.
Like-
It's like we're gonna throw pudding on the Mona Lisa.
Yeah, we
to
throw animal
protest
blood, yeah.
AI use or something.
Yeah. Most of the time, your point gets lost in your craziness.
Now, this is not T-Bob that is
well, I don't know.
blurred
His face is blurred. I can't tell. But in the top blurred photo, I could see some T-Bob.
Yeah. Finally, beauty celebrated across cultures and continents, but when it comes to the most beautiful women in the world, a few names consistently rise to the top. These women capture our attention not only with their striking looks, but also with their poise, talent, charisma. Their beauty transcends the screen and pop culture, making them icons in their own right. Ranker.com has compiled a list of 950 of the most beautiful women in the world. Here are your top 10. At number 10, Emma Watson.
Yeah.
She's got a very clean girl next door look.
Yeah, I got nothing against Emma Watson.
I don't think it should knock on the door of the top 10, but
okay.
Number 9, Kate Beckinsale. She is battling time, man. She does not age.
That is hard to beat.
Yeah, she has always been very good.
Yeah.
Number 8, I do think she gets better looking with age, Natalie Portman.
Yeah, you
Very
know,
regal.
She is
never
better,
done it for
yeah.
me. Never done it for me. I just got to be honest with
Well,
you.
I thought she was like really cute as a kid actor.
Yeah.
When and I say a kid, she was like 20 then, but I mean, she's become a good-looking
I
woman.
don't think she belongs in the playoffs. But
Number 7, Madison Beer.
never heard of her.
Yeah, it's the girlfriend of Justin Herbert.
Oh.
And I mean, she's got assets, but
but
I think the mug's just okay.
Yeah.
She probably looks good every other month but January, like Justin.
Oh, I got that's a Justin Herbert joke. Okay.
Number 6 on the list is Mila Kunis.
Yeah. Stood the test of time there.
Yeah.
She's starting to harden up a little bit, though. but very good still. Number 5, big fan of Ana de Armas.
I mean, a lot of this is photo driven.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man. That I saw that movie recently called what's the one with Jude Law? Where Eden, and her in it. You can't look that good as a savage on an island. Impossible. Number 4 on the list, Gail Gadot.
No.
That's one of the worst pictures you could ever put of her up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she's...
So Tyler's stacking the field here.
Yeah, Tyler does
I mean,
not.
she looks like Sarah Silverman there.
Yeah,
that just tells me that Tyler did not like Wonder Woman.
Yeah, so you wanted her to lose this debate there, Tyler.
Number 3 on the list, the only one I've never heard of, Karina Zavline.
Okay, let's see this.
Okay,
well,
breakfast
right.
in bed.
Look, again, to Dunaway's point, if you're going to lay in bed in lingerie with food, you're probably going to look a lot better.
Is that chicken finger and honey mustard?
That's a croissant.
You
think
it looks like a Champy's chicken finger to me.
Dude taking the picture, the next thing is running the door and putting that little do not disturb up.
Yeah, is that enough photos, ma'am?
Number 2 is Scarlett Johansson. We're doing the Ranker.com.
Again, not a great
Top
photo
10
of her, but I've seen
most
enough of her
beautiful
work.
women.
I've seen enough of her work.
Yeah, these are some ratty photos of these women.
I was just pulling a photo from the last year, and I didn't go past the first page for anybody.
Now,
I hate that hair fashion, by the way. It's like, okay, I went to bed with my hair wet, and I slept on the left side of my head on the pillow.
Yeah, she's got a flu-like look to her there.
Now, I don't know who won the national championship here, but I'm going to say for some reason I always pair these two together. If Margot Robbie is not on this and Scarlett Johansson is, this is a bum list.
Okay, roll it. Number 1 on the list.
There we go.
That was quite the scene, wasn't it?
Yeah, and you picked the right photo there because that is her coup de grace.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there was another scene in the movie.
Well, I'm just saying, no, the whole movie is her coup de grace.
No,
That's
it
the
really
best
was.
she's ever done.
Coup.
Coup de grace. I said it very French for no reason.
It really is amazing when you see her in I, Tonya, and then you see her in Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah.
I got no problem with her being number 1 on the list.
And that is Trash Today, brought to you by Alexander Shannara, Trial Attorneys.
Shannara.com, Shannara.com. When you're in need of an attorney for any reason, you start at Shannara.com and Alexander Shannara Trial Attorneys. You know by now that Alexander Shannara takes care of all of your personal injury claims. You're well aware of that. What you might not know is he handles so much more. What about claims for fire and storm damage? Yes. Bad drug and device claims? Check. Disability? Absolutely. Workers' compensation? You know it. A host of other claims right there with Alexander Shannara. You find yourself in need of a lawyer? Alexander Shannara Trial Attorneys. You pay nothing unless they win your case, not one dime. Now the dime back. Alexander Shannara. Shannara.com. Shannara.com.
By the way, at the end of 2025, most frequently asked questions of Chat GPT. When you were doing one of your trash stories, it made me think of that. What do you think the most asked thing of Chat GPT was at the end of 2025?
At the end of 2025, the most asked thing to Chat GPT.
Yeah.
How can I make more money in 2026?
Sort of. How do I write a resignation letter?
Oh,
Are you
wow.
serious?
Yeah.
No, write it for me.
Well, I mean, that's kind of old school. I didn't know people did resignation letters anymore.
Yeah. The second one is summarize this long article for me. We don't want to read it. Can you summarize this for me?
Yeah, most I've come across don't. But
yeah, I mean, don't most people just quit showing up to work, or at least fire a text that I quit?
What are the best books to read on leadership? And then how can I make more money?
I've never used ChatGPT. I've never just opened it and typed something in to ChatGPT. I've got no moral obligation against it, or a moral stance against it, I should say.
I use it a lot on Friday mornings when I was making pictures for our way too early headlines.
Oh, you would? That's how you did it?
So
that's what I use it most.
I got into a space where I was using it a lot, but then it started when I would ask random questions, it was making things up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You know what? I have used it for trivia questions. I got to dial that back. I've used it for Odie's trivia questions before.
Yeah, I was using the robot a lot, but I don't trust it. I trust Google more.
Yeah.
I mean, Google's not wrong, right?
Well,
I mean, I don't know.
The Google AI, Brooks and I agree on this.
What?
The Google AI is worse than ChatGPT.
Why so?
More inaccurate, more misspellings, more just.
Okay, well, I'll defer to you
Brooks,
guys.
you're up.
I make a lot of stat graphics, obviously, with my job, and I have found that ChatGPT is much more helpful in verifying the information I'm researching than just the Google AI.
I use that one on Twitter. Yeah, Twitter, you got the one. Grok. Yeah, I've used Grok some. Is it good?
That one might be going away soon.
So no, it's not good. Why is it going away?
Yeah, actually, Grok is the one. The robot is the one that makes up the. He makes up the lies.
That's what I've used before.
Yeah, so there's a problem with Grok because they released a feature where you can generate images and you can use reference photos, and there's no
guidelines.
There's not a whole lot of guidelines or moderation on it, so people will, upload pictures and be like, all right, now show this person in a bikini. All right, now, and then you can
seriously, that happens.
Yeah, now show this person without a bikini.
Yeah.
Oh, really? So you can do that on Grok?
Yeah.
I'm not,
we're not endorsing.
I'm not asking for a position of interest.
You've only got 90 seconds. Just hold off until then.
So,
don't say anything.
Dunaway, have you done? What does my face look like on Ryan Gosling's body?
Anybody know what Brown's doing this afternoon? Does Forrester have something? He keeps looking at me.
Well, I was going to say I may or may not have used Grok on a few of my animations.
Is that going to kill your animations?
It could.
Oh, no. That's one of my favorite parts about Friday, your animations.
Another robot.
Do you have Hugh Freeze getting out of a coffin?
No.
Yeah. All right, that's our show today. LT is off tomorrow, Monday, and Tuesday as he travels out west. In an airplane. He's not going in the covered wagon, but with the winter weather, he's got to dodge some arrows to get there.
Yeah, I was going to fly out tomorrow, but Delta advises to rearrange some things just to be safe. Why not?
Go ahead and get out there. Once in a lifetime. Not going to go to the Super Bowl if your team makes it.
I cannot afford Super Bowl tickets.
Okay, I thought you were about to say I cannot rule that out. I was like, that's a big change from yesterday.
If a ticket came my way, I would definitely be there if they're able to win.
Can't say anything.
Oh, wow. Late Christmas gift?
Working on it for my boy here.
Okay. Now we got one more big hurdle.
Well, he didn't want me to work on it because he said it was a jinx. Yeah. But I had to go ahead and start working on it.
Where is the game?
It's in Santa Clara.
Oh, crappy trip.
Yeah, that's why I like Seattle. I'm excited, man. I'm staying a block from Pike Market.
Yeah. Like, I'm really glad Tampa's not in it. I'd hate to go to Santa Clara.
And not to jinx this. So I've been in L.A. for 10 days over the last month and a half. It rained all 10 days. I'm going to be in Seattle for 6 days. It's not going to rain one day.
Sunny and warm.
Is that not crazy?
You're right.
That is very revelation. It doesn't.
I don't know what's
it rains in Southern California and doesn't rain in Seattle.
Yeah.
Snows in Jacksonville. Doesn't snow in the Smokies. I don't know. That's our show. We're back with you tomorrow. New Bama and Bourbon out yesterday. Go catch up with that. Great conversation about Charles Bediako earlier today on the show, first segment. Don't forget to go download everything at Next Round Live. Set your alerts so you'll know when we're live again. Until next time, God bless you. God bless America.